Hello, and welcome to Drakenmemoria. For those of you wondering what this is, well, it's Dungeons & Dragons, but more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. So if this isn't something you want to watch, depending on where you are, there are suggestions either on the left or on the right. Just go to one of those. But if you actually want to be here, maybe because you watched one of our episodes before and you actually liked it, because you want to watch Dungeons & Dragons tonight and you don't like the other channels playing right now, although I really suggest Chaotic Calling. You know, they've been good friends of ours. But if you decided that you're here now, it's because you like us better, so I'm not going to argue with that. Just go watch them when we're not on. But seriously, if you're here because you want to be here, well, it's a pleasure to have you with us, and we hope you'll have a pleasant evening with us, or at our expense. Both works. What else can I say? I've already made a little bit of promotion for Chaotic Calling. The only promotion that still needs to be done is Ambient Mixer, which is responsible for the falling rain that you're hearing right now. And that's it. That's everything, all of the promotion that we can do. We're open to doing more, but you have to tell us. Nothing in the chat? No? Hi!
Also brought to you by Heatap.
Okay, so...
And Ultra Clutch Hairspray.
I'll admit. Alright. So, well, since no one's writing anything in the chat, let's get started. So, last episode. Mostly, the party did its best to enter this temple. This large temple at the center of a at least 2 miles wide geode in the middle of a mountain where long time ago dwarves built an entire city inside of it. Larger than most human city will ever reach, although none of the current party members have actually seen the capital islands of humans. Maybe something for the future. But for now, this is probably the biggest city that they have ever seen, and they got to the center of it. It took several hours of dodging enemies and doing their best to not draw attention or to draw attention somewhere else when someone made a mistake. But they eventually reached the center, managed to find a way to open the door of the temple, and went inside. They unfortunately had to leave their helpful companion outside. She stayed out so that the party would have a clear path to the end of this temple where potentially a god is waiting. But for now, the party is making its way inside the temple, and it's having to deal with something a little less pleasant, as when they entered a large circular room, which looks like this. Yes, I did make a transition toward the battle map. Looks like this, and let's give it to the players also so that they have a feeling of where they are right now. They were attacked by a black ooze, a black pudding falling from the ceiling. A large black pudding, to be exact. So, audience, Remy, having managed to jump out of the way as it was falling, Jorg, which was supposedly just behind, and technically I didn't see that the black pudding was covering that large an area, so Jorg, I'd also make you make a saving throw as soon as we start. And Tobiyashi, who just sees this thing fall from the ceiling on half of the party. And this is where we left off, with this large, thick mass of sludge falling from the ceiling, trying to fall on poor Remy. And this is where we left off, and this is where we start. With initiative for everyone.
Initiative, okay.
I found my dice, but I can't roll them.
Well, that's an inconvenience.
Yeah.
That's a 6 for my initiative.
Ooh. What's your initiative modifier?
3.
Oh, I got a 6 also, but I have a 2 for my modifier.
I got 15 for audience, 6 for his cat.
15 for audience. 15 for audience, and for Magnus, 15?
6.
6.
6.
Wow,
Damn,
we got a lot of 6.
it's the number of the beast right there.
And Magna and Toby are tied, I think, on modifier.
Oh.
Yeah, and George.
Remy?
Oh wait, no, I see what you mean.
Remy?
19.
Remy, 19.
So either this will technically wind up being group initiative or just barely group initiative.
Yeah, mostly.
Depends on, because I'm not expecting a particularly high initiative for news, but then again, 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go with a little bit of music for our combat. There we go. Black pudding. I had the wrong monster. No, not goblin. Pudding. Pudding. It's being stubborn. I said pudding. Good. Okay. Alright, since it fell on all of you, like I said, Jorg, make a dexterity saving throw, as it's big enough to have engulfed even you.
Alright, Dex. Ooh, that is a 15.
15. That is exactly what you needed to jump out of the way.
Whew.
Good job, George.
That is a
You just saved yourself like 30 damage.
Oh gosh.
That's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Okay, so, hold on.
Unfortunately, I instantly remember Black
It's
Ops.
large, sorry, large. Sorry, large. It's important that we all have the same size.
Ah, but still.
All right. No, because, you know, it just would have been very interesting if it fell on you.
Yeah.
All right. So for, I believe some of you have asked me what you know about puddings. And apparently puddings aren't magically made. They're just those kind of creatures that you just find in dark places. So I'd give the possibility of rolling for nature or arcane.
Well, either way, it's a -1 for me, so let's do this.
Jorg will roll nature. Maybe he saw one.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll arcane, I think.
Jorg got a 14.
And what did you roll? For
Well, boys, we're screwed. Audience rolled a 2.
Uh-oh.
Rami, your only hope is to somehow confer this information to audience if you roll high enough before it's my turn.
Alright, so... What's my mod? Oh yeah, right now it's... So, 23.
23. Okay.
Why
George.
does this keep happening?
Jorg got a 14,
14.
for a nature check.
Nature check. All right. Did Tobiyashi roll anything, or are you? Good with-
No, I'm just, I'm kind of confused on what I'm seeing right now.
Okay. So Jorg, from the nature point of view, you know that puddings are either something that children eat or one of nature's wonderful and excessively efficient cleaners. They will eat through anything that is not rock. It's basically just the stomach juice of something. Remy, for you, when you see this fall, you had this moment of looking up and you saw this mass of sludge falling from the ceiling. You jump right in time and you right yourself and you look at this, and there's a moment of recognition when you see this, as you've seen a picture similar to that in a book. You remember just how bad the description was when it talked about it. It's not hard to hit a pudding. It's just not something that you want to do voluntarily. You know that it can eat through almost anything, unless it's magical or made out of stone. It'll eat through flesh, leather, bones, metal. It does so extremely fast. And you remember reading that it's not a good idea to try and split it apart. So slashing weapons aren't the best way to attack it. It's also immune, that's where you're not sure. You know that it's immune to some of the most common types of damage, things that you can encounter in nature when, you know, environments aren't at their best. So you're not exactly sure on that, but cold, you remember that you heard that they sometimes can be found in cold place, so they should have very good resistance to that, at least, maybe even immunity. You remember saying that you remember reading that you don't want to be in the middle of a thunderstorm with a black pudding in front of you. So there's something about lightning also. And you're not sure if it's poison or acid, but one of those doesn't affect them. Basically, since it's just living stomach juice, you guess that it's probably just that's inside. Also, you remember that they don't reproduce sexually, thankfully. They reproduce by fission. So there's something about that also. And probably slashing weapons.
Pan to audience, raising his greatsword above his head.
Oh, gosh.
Rising its great sword above his head while opening his mouth and readying its breath weapon. Oh! Fortunately, Remy has the highest initiative. Is there anything you'd like to convey to your party as this combat starts?
Okay.
Of course, it's Remy.
Yeah.
It's always Remy. That's because the universe really likes this idea. It just keeps throwing it at Remy. You'd be angry because he always has such good rolls on those events, but then again, there's not a lot he can do with these rolls.
Okay. So, the most logical thing that I think Remy would have heard at some point in his life that will hopefully convey this particular meaning. Emphasis on hope. Randy is going to look pleadingly at audience right next to him. And he's going to say, "Men, how many times have I told you not to cut the cheese?"
Luckily, Remy, you are one of Audience's longest party members, and he's actually been pretty successful at starting to understand you, so I'm going to make this intelligence roll with advantage for you.
Yeah, sure, I'll accept that.
My first roll would have been a 19 anyway, so it would have still been an 18, so I would have probably got it on my first roll. But I would say an 18 is probably good enough for Audience to understand it.
Well, at least understand that there is a problem with slashing that thing.
Nothing about lightning, but I don't get the lightning part of it at all.
I am accounting for the fact that I have to say this in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I am also accounting for the fact that Audience never uses his breath weapon because it sucks, so you're probably not in that bad.
Well, see, that's a separate issue altogether.
Next level, it's going to become more potent. Well, slightly.
All right.
It
So
sucks.
with that,
You might want to make your next personal quest investigating in all of the alternate dragons, children of dragons that I've talked about. I did promise that if you discovered something specific, I might let you update your character. So, what does Remy do?
all right then. With that, I think since Rainy technically understands more about what he's not supposed to do, Rainy is going to bonus action disengage,
Okay.
and then he's going to move to, I will say, let's go for G11.
Okay.
And even though I know for a fact that I will not be able to recall the good boy this turn, this was important. He is going to
Sacrifices needed to be made.
throw the good boy at the pudding.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, it is piercing. We're fine.
Yeah, but does it?
I mean, it's not usually hard to hit an ooze. So then 18 to hit.
Yeah, that is enough.
Gonna be 4, 8, 13, 15, 19 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I just maybe want to imagine that that's just like it's like okay, now I'll call it back. Oh, then it's like wait, no, I can't, and it just like the good boy just like goes straight through it and falls to the ground.
So no, it's really described as a bit of a sludgy thing. So it just and slowly starts sinking inside.
Big anime sweat drop.
Ooh.
This is not like his Jello.
No, it's like a pudding.
Jello.
But that is all that Raimi could do on his turn.
Very well. All right. Well, we do go to audience next.
All right. Audience being warned about slashing weapons will drop his greatsword.
And unleash its breath weapon. No.
No, and equip his shield and mace.
Okay. You drop your sword to the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
So okay, I gotta go to inventory. Where's my freaking shield? There's my shields. All right. And yeah, and equip his mace. Cast Divine Favor using a spell slot. Oh no, wait, that's a bonus action, right? And I already
Divine
used my
Favor?
bonus action. Correct.
You've already used
already
your
used
bonus
my-
action?
To equip my shield and mace, right?
Oh, I probably should say, it is unless Draken changed it for his game, equipping and donning and doffing a shield is an action.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
but you can take a weapon without it costing you an action. That's why I asked you drop your weapon. So you can drop your weapon and take a weapon out, but a shield, yeah, that would take your action. You would have a bonus action left.
Yeah, you could easily pull out your mace with a free object interaction.
All right. Well, then I'll skip the shield, I guess. I'll do that.
Okay.
Never.
You know, on the bright side, I can't imagine this not being an advantage situation. It literally plopped down in the middle of us.
That is true. And then I guess, am I swinging with advantage?
On this one, I'd say no, because it doesn't have a back, a front, eyes, or anything like that. It's just aware of all of its surrounding. It's
Okay.
it doesn't have sight. It only has blind sight. So
Well, I think a 26 will be enough to hit it anyway.
no, definitely.
All right. And I assume it's not undead either.
No, it is a news.
Unfortunately. Or a fiend.
No, it is a news.
Yeah.
It isn't.
But it could be fiendish. No. Alright.
Fiendish ooze.
Like-
You really want me to change it right now?
Wait, hold on. Hear me out. Two little stalks of broccoli sprout from the top of it in a horn-like fashion.
Alright. We're gonna roll that. And my spell. Alright, Audience with his first attack will hit it for 11.
Okay.
Does Radiant do any? Should I tell you specifically what was Radiant?
No, you don't need to. It doesn't seem
Okay.
to have any additional reaction toward Radiant.
Alright, and the second one is gonna be a 22 to hit.
That is enough.
And I will swing it for that. And that. 10. I will swing it for another 10.
Okay.
So, 21 in total.
Alright, and in return, because of pudding, every time you hit it, it splashes, and you manage to hit it twice.
Oh,
Ow.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that easy. Come on.
I know.
So on the first
It
hit,
splashes.
yeah, it splashes
Yeah, it
with,
splashes.
and it
But I'm gonna be
does.
taking a lot of damage this fight because I'm like the only one in range. Really, you guys can all hit it from range.
Well, Tobiyashi will be able to hit it from afar for a certain time only. So you hit it once, and as you're being proud, you hit it again. But this is when you realize that something has splashed on you, and the acid is managing to eat through the armor that your glove is your bracelet is giving you. So in total, you take 9 points of acid damage from the 2 strikes that you just made. And it burns, but you're a paladin, so you just make it look like that you're angry.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. So
Oh, actually, I'll turn to the rest of the group and I'll be like, "Oh, hit it from afar if you can. It seems to have a self-defense."
all right.
This Roomba has teeth.
Or rather, it spits. All right. Well, I guess it's the 6s now.
Oh god, it really did roll out.
The pudding has an official initiative of -2. So
Yeah, but that's still pretty impressive.
So it'd be Magna or Toby?
Just like an average D20 would put you above a 6.
Toby, you can go first. Magna will go after.
All right. So, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I'm gonna go and back. Man, it would take an action for me to disengage. That's kind of a. All right.
unless you use a key point to do Step of the Wind, which would allow you to use a bonus action, I believe, to disengage. Just want to make sure it's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm. Second one, Step of the Wind, take engage back. Yeah, as a bonus action.
God.
Up to you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, why not? Let's go. I'll use the key point to use the disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then as I back up, like, where am I at? Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're currently at D9. Sorry, I switched the token for Jorg and Tobiyashi.
I'll go to. What the? Okay. Oh. Then I will back up to E11. And while I'm back there, I'm gonna throw a strike at him. Oh, wait. No, I already used. Okay, no, yeah, I'll do it. Whatever. 13?
E11 would put you out of range if I'm not mistaken.
No, with my mace ball thing.
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Mhm.
So you can hit something that is 1 square away from you with 10 feet.
Okay,
With
okay.
E10, it would put something 2 square away from you.
Oh, I mean, D10.
D10. Okay.
Yeah, and then I will strike from there.
Okay.
And will a 13 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. And that's 7 points of damage. Let's go.
All right, that does 7 points of damage. 7. So that's okay. As you throw your weapon at it, and it splashes inside of it, you take it back, and as you're looking at it, you notice that it's starting to corrode the iron ball around it. So for now, you have a okay, no save for the metal of it. You have a -1 to damage roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Damn, they weakened it.
Alright,
It
alright.
used to be damage and hit. Alright, well. So for now you have a -1 to damage on it. And you have a feeling that you won't be able to do this too often before it just falls apart.
Alrighty. But god dang it, it's still it's always breaking. Why is it always break? Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna sit there and wait because I don't have an action or anything else to do.
Alright.
Why do I feel like your elemental will still blame me?
Oh, don't worry. I haven't forgotten about him.
Sonny.
It made a promise last time. Alright, so that's Tobiyashi. So now we have a choice between... No, it's Magna, I believe.
Magna is gonna kind of slowly walk away from it and look at me like, you got this. And I'm gonna be like, and I was just gonna turn and be like, you know what, that's fair. I wouldn't hit this thing with my paw either.
Alright, so let's...
Honest is fair. Fair.
Respect.
He looks at his own arm and... Yeah, no, that's good. I understand. Alright, so it's moving away. Unfortunately, Black Pudding aren't smart, so it's gonna try and hit Magna as it's moving away. Doesn't realize that there's a spellcaster in the group, that it could do a lot of damage depending on what spell it has. Puddings are as dumb as rock.
Audience gets to hit it on reaction.
Yay! So you get to take acid damage if you hit it. So that's a nasty chain. Is 23 enough to hit Magna?
Yes.
I thought so. So, oh good lord, that's gonna hurt a lot.
As long as it doesn't kill it.
And
Audience misses, I'm pretty sure, with an 8 to hit.
no, you hit.
Okay, audience can't miss this thing. He rolled a nat 1 and still hit
are
it.
not hard to hit.
Audience cannot miss.
Well, I believe natural 1 always misses, no matter what, during combat.
I don't know. Is that a rule?
It's the constants. Natural 20 always hit, natural 1 always misses.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine not taking the acid damage.
So, alright, so Magna takes... What's gonna hurt? 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the pseudopod that it extends to hit it. But right after it takes this damage, you notice this patch of sludge that remained on Magna, and it starts searing her skin, doing 20 points of acid damage.
Okay, Magna's dead. Goodbye, Magna.
As you see...
Magna tried to get out of the fight. Let me 1 second before you did that, because did Magna have an option to like disengage or anything?
Okay.
I don't think she has that as an ability.
Well, every creature
every
has
creature
the
has.
option to disengage.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Magna would have disengaged and on her action. She wasn't doing anything else.
But did she?
Yes, Magna did not want to be near the thing.
I'm gonna allow it on this one, since this is the first time that you think about this. On future one, I want you to say it before.
Alright, I will state it for that.
But I'm allowing it on this one.
Alright, Magna left. Magna's like going like 50 feet away from this thing.
Okay, so this means it's going 5, 10,
Mine is going to the corner of the room.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It backs away all the way almost up the stairs and just sits down there, looking at all of you. Good job, everyone. There was a moment where all of this reality just hit her. That's what happened. She looked at this and she saw herself doing something and just being burnt alive, so she just, nope, I'm getting out of here. Alright.
So-
And audience doesn't have to deal with the humiliation of an actual one.
And now Jorg doesn't get to use the opportunity to back away.
Well, you can. If you just move away, it might take a reaction attack on you.
Yeah.
Or you can stay there and deal with the fact that the only two person that are close to it is you and audience.
I guess I'd have to test this.
Go right ahead. Test everything you want.
Also, I know if I cast a spell at this range, it gets a reaction. Is that right? Or
Only that's a feat, but it's not a normal ability of something.
oh, okay. In that case, right, he's just gonna use Sacred Flame on it and not move away.
Okay. So I believe it's a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Is two...
Part of me wants this ooze to succeed.
I know. I was imagine it succeeding at that.
So
Cool.
what's the roll that it needs to do to succeed?
15.
15. I believe that a 2 isn't enough to succeed it.
Oh, it's close. Also, it takes 8 radiant damage.
8 radiant damage.
And then
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, Jorg's just gonna like kinda I think he's gonna work his way around to get to like E9 without breaking engagement, but he just doesn't want to be alone next to it.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. it's kind of spooking him out.
Yeah. He's gonna have nightmares, I guarantee you. So we have Magna, Jorg, Tobiashi. I guess it's the monster's turn. It is aware. Okay, that's enough. It's aware. Okay.
It is aware. The DM says.
Yeah. No, it's there to eat stuff, and there's more to eat on one of them. I believe, anyway. Hold on. Don't want to say something stupid twice in a row. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot to eat there. There's a lot to eat there. That's good. I believe Jorg is wearing a leather armor.
Yes.
Oh, all right. I don't know why the sheet didn't want to go down, so I couldn't see. All right. Oh, you have a shield and a studded leather armor. Yeah, even more to eat, even more to eat. So it's gonna attack you. Well, it's there to digest stuff, and the audience is just not wearing armor. But you're wearing armor, shield, weapons. You have a backpack. There's a little puppy hanging around you. There's a lot
This is
to
why
eat.
you should go shirtless, guys. Oozes don't want to eat you.
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
Audience, then I guess will
Let's-
try and attack the ooze again
Bioman.
with the reaction.
I have literally nothing on me. Just a
I
rope.
assume that's 17 plus 7. Anyway, it's over 20. It hits.
Yes, it hits. And Jorg, you see it lounge itself toward you, but it misses you because I'm pretty sure a 6 isn't enough to hit you.
Not quite.
I just want to point out for the audience, just like ironically, of all of the people in this room, Raimi is probably holding the most delicious stuff, but that's mostly because of literally all the daggers he has in that bandolier.
The ooze is taking another 7.
Another 7 points of damage. So
I think if the ooze rolls high enough to hit you without your dex, or no.
okay.
With your dex, but without your armor. No,
Yeah.
never mind.
So you said -7, and in return, audience takes 2 points of acid damage.
What's the password?
That's good, because if I take it more than I did to it, I was going to be upset.
But unfortunately, the creature tried to hit Jorg, and it only rolled a natural 1, so didn't hit at all. That's too bad.
Here.
It does a whole lot of damage, but it has to hit first.
How damaged is this thing looking from a full round?
It's a bit hard to tell. It looks like a slick of oil.
You are IL, girl.
I'd say that it's managing to hold its shape fairly well. At least it's moving without showing sign that it has to drag anything to itself when it moves.
Alright.
In my defense, I also have the most cracked hand of all time.
Okay. On that interesting note from the audience, we go back to Remy.
Raimi, just looking at this thing, he's going to tentatively whistle for the good boy to come back.
You see your dagger just going and just like this. Go back to you. Ah, it's all sticky. At least it's not acid. Ah.
Raimi just feeling gross with himself. Ironically, just like throws it again, just out of reaction, as he just throws it with an attack.
Okay, I'm gonna be warning you. There is a wall of your friend in front of the creature. If you roll a natural 1, you're gonna hit one of your friends. Oh, sorry, the map didn't update. There's a wall of your friends in front between you and the monster. It's gonna happen in a second now. I believe the delay is 12 seconds.
Okay.
Here you go.
Like, okay, in which case Raimi is going to move to...
The black dot at the center of the room is a pillar.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Okay.
Let's see, figure out where I went. There I am. So, I think that's it. you know what? I haven't had a chance to show this off, and I kind of want to.
Let's go.
Raimi is going to move to G5 first.
Okay. G5. So on the other side of the pillar? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Which normally there would not be a particularly good way of aiming, but like Raimi is just going to still throw it, and then the dagger, about I would say maybe 10 feet in, just magically turns.
Yeah. So just like a dog receiving the command from its master, you see Remy throwing the dagger in a direction that is completely unrelated, and then 10 feet in, you just see it turn around and go right for its target.
And then with a 13 to hit.
That is enough to hit.
Okay. Let's get these in. Okay, that's so 2, 6, 11, 17. One more. Oh, cool. 23 piercing.
Oh.
Shitty attack roll, but great damage roll.
Yeah. Well, that definitely hits something that makes it shiver. The dagger
Raimi is looking at this thing again, looking really sad that the dagger is like getting covered in more of that goop.
Yeah, it goes in again. You see it have a reaction, just, and then you see the dagger just starting to sink in again.
And then Raimi ends his turn by just kind of like doing like the hand wavy thing of trying to get the slime that accumulated on his taloned hands.
Get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off. Okay. Audience.
Audience is going to do his strategy of continue to hit this thing, and hopefully it'll die before he does.
You know what? That strategy works for, I think, 99% of all combats.
Yeah. It's a pretty good one. Alright, first attack. Just don't roll a 1. Alright, that's an 18. That hits.
I believe it's the same strategy that a lot of boxers have.
Alright. And then Audience will use his last level 1 slot to cast Divine Smite.
Go!
So that's going to be 9 plus 2 is 11 plus.
You're making the not very many moves, but yeah.
Sometimes I do like to think of Audience as being like, after Adam transforms into He-Man.
But with a mace.
Alright, so that attack will do 18 damage.
Okay. It looks like it's having difficulty maintaining itself.
And then Audience gonna attack again. The 19. He's gonna use a level 2 spell slot for Divine Smite.
Oh god, he's really trying to
Yeah.
get rid of this thing.
No, it's Paladin. They can kill monsters that are incredibly hard to kill really fast with their Divine Smite.
13.
100% maximum, no chill.
13. 15. So then his next attack will do 28 points of damage.
Damn.
You take your weapon, you imbue it with all of the strength that your god is allowing you to muster, and you hit it as hard as you can. When you hit it, there is a splash of acid, a burst, which splashes mostly on you, but you hear your mace just go. It hit the ground. And you see the pudding just starts to. It's dead, but you did take a grand total of 6 points of acid damage.
Aha! Screw you, you only did 17 to me. I killed you.
It would have done a massive amount of damage if it hadn't rolled a natural 1 on its attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, audience went for the speedrun strat on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright.
Jorg is going to use a cure wounds on
Alright, well. A
Audience.
fight which could have been extremely hard. One, because of natural 1s by the enemy. It rolled.
8, George?
Yup.
It,
8 health.
it rolled a natural 1 on its initiative, and it rolled a natural 1 on its attack. So yeah.
Damn.
Grammy is going to spend some time with his decanter of endless water to just repeatedly wash the Bloodhound dagger until it is officially clean.
You see Remy obsessively starting to wash its dagger, gripping its decanter under its arm and just yelling out as the water for as hard as it's gonna go without injuring himself. And he just washes and washes and washes and washes the dagger. Alright, wow. Well, I was expecting that one to hurt a whole lot
No,
more.
my guy goes.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would split once just to.
Well, you have to hit it with lightning or slashing damage for it to split.
Yeah.
You guys are lucky, audience breath attack sucks. Jesus.
Yeah. Because that would have been like a ranged attack. So once you could have figured out it wouldn't have splashed you if you breathed lightning on it.
Eh,
Yeah, but audience would have had
It
to
was so
spend an
dark
action disengaging. If audience wasn't even going to spend an action putting on a shield, he definitely wasn't going to spend an action disengaging.
Yeah.
all right. So you find yourself in front of that, and audience, for some reason you look at this and you've heard so many times that so many adventurers are afraid of black pudding. You don't see why, really.
Yeah.
You can see why some might have a problem with it, but you personally, you've seen worse.
I look over at audience. I'm like, what the hell was that?
Anna's just gonna look at you, look at your slightly cracked mace, and just tell your friend you're welcome.
I mean, okay.
I saved his home that time.
All right. So everything goes back to quiet in this room.
Alright.
Are
I
we
guess,
gonna go upstairs?
yeah. Should keep going up the stairs.
All right.
What is everyone's resources at?
I'm at full health. I just don't have any key points or my second action from being a fighter.
How many spells you got left, Jordan?
I am not too great on spells. I have 2 level 1, a level 2, and 2 level 3 left.
Okay, you're doing pretty decent on spells.
I've got about half of them left.
All right, let's see if there's
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Maybe go one more fight,
Yeah. Yeah, we can do another fight.
and then we'll use. Because I'm down to one spell.
So, just for reference, the ball that gives you a full night rest because of the modification to healing rules that I made. It's basically going to allow you to use as many hit dice as you want to recover hit points. And it's going to give you back all of your spell slots, key points, or any abilities that regenerates after a long rest.
I mean, you could just use another level 1 on me, Jorg, and just get me almost to full.
Might as well.
Since we have it.
I'll do it.
How much
Alright,
health
that's
do you
11
have,
that time.
Audie?
Hey, that was
57. Yep. That is full.
Okay.
nice. Was that exactly full or two?
It was
full?
over. It was over full.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I thought it was.
you all gather yourselves, and, some of you had heard about these things, and they were supposed to be very harsh and hard, but, Destiny made it so that it wasn't, so, you understand how it could have been distressing for less experienced adventurers, but for you, it was
It's
easy.
fun playing Magic.
Easy.
I enjoyed all. I enjoyed all factions.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, I couldn't resist. So, you all gather up, and there again. As I was saying, you all gather up after realizing that, well, this fight could have gone worse. You can understand why it's difficult for people that are less experienced than you, but, you're starting to be pretty good, so that's probably it. That's probably why it wasn't too hard. So you gather yourselves up. You finish cleaning the dagger. Do you want to loot the corpse of the creature?
So, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, like it's not the fun kind of acid.
I mean, granted,
Okay.
assuming that it was really a corpse to be looted to begin with. I mean,
You haven't
technically a
extracted it.
mage hand is capable of doing so, but
All right, well, do you want me to ask the question another way? Do you want to rummage through the sludge?
no.
Okay.
Audience will give a very brief glance over the sludge. From what he understands of it from his brief is that it seems to have more of an effect on non-magical things because of Toby's mace that he saw got damaged. So he'll give a brief glance over it to see if he sees anything like glowing magically in the sludge. But if he doesn't, he's moving on.
Make an investigation roll. Well, I'd say would be probably more perception, because you're not actually diving your hands inside.
Audience calls Magna over to make the perception for him.
Actually,
Come here.
You know what?
You
You know what? Rainey is probably so distressed by the existence of this creature that what Rainey actually does is after putting his dagger away, looks at the decanter, looks at the sludge, looks back at the decanter, looks back at the sludge, and just points it at the ground.
Audience is going to tell Remy to wait for 1 second. Magna rolled a 23, by the way.
Roll 23. All right.
Magna, you did help with the fight. See if there's anything in the sludge.
Yeah, sure. After the horrible image that just blasted through her mind of her dying, being dissolved, she comes down the stairs and look at this, and both of you look at this slowly, and you do notice something shimmering inside. It's small, the size of a coin.
I'll point it out to Remy. I'll be like, Remy, shimmer. You want it. I know you want it. Get it.
Shiny.
You know what? Raimi is super conflicted, but He does know that he has Mage Hand. So Remy, just staring at it, just kind of like waves his hand, and an invisible force picks up this tiny but shiny object from the sludge.
Your hand has to pull a little bit, and you sort of see the sludge coming a bit with it. Just like... and you take it toward yourself, probably letting it fall on the ground, and then start pouring water enough to drown most of the creature.
Just gotta clean it like the dagger.
So you see Remy pouring water on it for the next 5 minutes, uninterrupted.
Just saying
Audience is not
the
gonna
word
let Remy
fountain
pour water on
over and
everybody.
over again.
Audiences would probably be like, okay, Remy, we're on a clock here. Gods are being born. Just like pick it up.
Fountain.
Audience is gonna reach down into the water and pick it up and be like, okay, it's good. We gotta go stop a god being reborn. We don't have time.
Let's go.
It's a deep clean.
It looks like a coin, but what's printed on it doesn't match anything you have seen so far. It's not a recent coin.
Audience will put it in his coin purse and be like, all right, Remy, we'll look at it later together, okay?
Oh, goodness.
Let's go save the world.
Run up the stairs.
Audience put it in its coin purse. It's gonna take an hour to find it in there. So, Remy, as you're being dragged away, you take the last few moments to convert the fountain into a geyser and point it toward it.
Like, as he's being dragged away, just points it at the ground and blasts that pudding.
Geyser!
Audience dragging Remy up the stairs.
All right, so you go up the stairs, and as you arrive next to the stairs, audience, even without using a divine sense, because of your nature so in tune to the light, you can just feel the evil on the other side of the door. It pulsates, almost like a heart. Two pulse following one another. Just
I was gonna say, turn to the others and be like, whatever on the other side of the stores, guys, it's not good. It's one of the most evil things I've ever felt. Feels like a heart or something, but I don't know.
No.
And just on the other side, Remy can hear, Baby Shark.
No.
Ah, come on. You're gonna say you don't like the music?
Well, we gotta keep it under 8 seconds. I think that was under. We're okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Alright, so as each and every one of you moves toward that door, you push it open and you find yourself in a very, very small room. From the look of it, it looks like probably a transition room where the high priest would put his robes and any equipment it had. You see shelves that were carved in the rock. They're all empty, unfortunately, for Remy. They're all empty, however. But it looks like this private entrance, just big enough for all of you to be there. A bit squished in because of Magna, but still, you can easily fit in. This door on the other side is slightly larger than the one that you have just came from. And there you feel it even more, audience. It's... Well, for you, Sam, I'd say imagine that this is evil. Imagine there's a skunk on the other side of the door, but the smell is evil. That's how it feels for audience.
Audience is gonna switch and pull out his greatsword and be like, I don't know what's on the other side of that door, but whatever it is, it's even worse than the feeling that was in here. We may want to get ready for a fight.
Uh-oh.
Are we ready for a fight? What are you guys thinking?
I do have a question with that orb, because it was long. Does it taste like an action to use that orb?
It's like a potion.
Okay, but it's an area of effect thing.
So it's like using a potion, and the area effect of it is essentially the same one as a Lehman's Tiny Hut. So I believe it's 20 feet diameter.
Another question, does it have specific targets? Can you specifically target it, or is it just an area of effect thing? Meaning, if used in combat, would it give our enemies also a long rest, or would it just give us a long rest?
You're honestly not sure. You didn't ask. The way that she said it, and you know that she's an adventurer also, you'd get the feeling that it's probably not gonna affect an enemy, but you're honestly not sure.
Well, that's worrying. I would rather not give an enemy a long rest in the middle of combat of like a boss fight. Give it all its spells back. And we'll risk it. Risk it for the biscuit.
We'll risk it. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, just use it.
Because I'd rather Jorg be able to use his level 3 spells first before we.
That's understandable.
I am going to. Okay, I don't think I should have it because I feel like me being able to use my action to attack is usually quite important. Whose action is the most worthless in combat? I'm looking at either Tobiyashi or.
Yo. It's been me.
Jorg. I think, like, if Tobiyashi can hit, it's more useful.
If I could hit, yes.
The question is, well, it's not really what I think, it's more what audience thinks.
Yeah.
Audience is gonna kind of pull out the orb, look around at his party members, and then kind of casually hand it to Tobiyashi. And be like, listen, I trust you. I've known you the longest. I think you should hold on to this and use this in combat when you think we're ready. All right.
Wait, it's the full rest one, right?
It's the full rest one, not the res one. Remy has the res.
All right, sounds good. Okay.
Audience gives you a very honest nod, like you got this.
I'm just like, oh. All right, then I think I got this, and then I will put the orb away. Where would I put the orb? How big is the orb? Is it just like a small orb?
It's the size of an apple.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I'll just put it away, and fold it in some of my silk for when I'm ready.
Okay.
Alright, and then Eyes would be like, alright, let's get ready. And then I guess I will lead the way through the door.
Alright. So, audience and Magna go first as they enter in there. So, what's going to be...
I didn't say anything about Magnus. I don't know if Magnus going first.
Alright, but, well, what's the...
Audience, you know what? Audience wants a great entrance. He's going to jump on Magna's back.
Okay.
So it will be Audience and Magna.
He breaks through the doorway. Sir, this is a Wendy's?
Sir, pets are not allowed in here.
So, and I would assume that, as usual, Remy and Jorg are at the center, and Tobiyashi toward the back. And this...
I'm coming in super carefully.
Yeah. So, and just adjust it to the right size in the room. So now
It's like, wait a minute, this isn't a Wendy's, this is an Arby's.
Oh no. That's an automatic 10 poisoning damage.
Come on, I know some people that like Arby's. We don't have any in Quebec, so. All right. So to help the players, here is a little idea of what this looks like.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at the title you gave it that you sent to Discord.
Hey.
Oh boy.
It goes with the description that follows right after it. Well, did I write?
Okay.
Did I write what I wanted to write? Yeah. Okay. So, as you enter this room, it's a fairly large room. I believe that is about 70 feet wide by 70 feet deep. The first thing that you see at the center of the room is this large sand garden, a bit like the Zen things that you'd find in some monastery. But this one is so old, so ancient, that there's no living plant. All you see are a few dead shrubs. But you notice that there's broken glass in it. Quite a lot of it. And instinctively, at least some of you, when they see this, they look up and you realize that right above this large sand garden, the roof is open. There used to be a glass roof above it, and it's been destroyed. And just as you're looking up, you see a flash of light coming from the distance, and you see two stone gargoyle flying right above and going toward that flash. Wait for a moment, and you don't see any of them approaching, but you do see one or other flash of light, something that feels a bit like radiant light, but it's very distant. But audience, as most likely Remy and Tobiyashi notice this at the center of the room, your attention is focused on the other side. And on the other side, you see this huge mass of swirling black energy that feels like tangible evil. It just swirls on itself, pulsate from time to time, like this heart, just and you see it just. The room itself seems to be lit only by the reflection of light on the crystals outside of the room. So most of the room is in dim light. And this is what you see when you enter.
Audience will pop a divine sense to see if he can sense any other like sources of evil besides the heart, or perhaps in like the back corners of any certain something perhaps that like needs to be destroyed or something to affect the ritual.
You don't. The divine sense extends, and for a brief moment you get the entire room. You don't sense anything else in the room. But after that initial half a second, It feels like someone took a skunk, put it right in front of your nose, and let her rip. But it's evil.
Audience will kind of like do the thing where he like shakes his head like, damn. Alright. Audience is gonna say, alright, I don't know, I can't sense anything besides this energy in the room. Let's do a quick look around, see if we can perhaps find anything that we need to destroy or something that will affect it.
Okay. I guess I'll start going to the right and looking for something.
I'll go to the left.
Right.
Audience has learned off of that other fight we did with that black heart thing that usually the giant thing of energy you can't actually attack. Usually there's something else. Also, he gets a sense that hitting the giant thing of energy with the sword would probably not... I mean, maybe would hurt, like, technically hurt it, but to the infinitesimal level of, like, if, like, an atom, like, had teeth and bit us. Like, we would not care.
Okay.
But,
I guess Rainy will move to the side of the room with audience because he feels the safest. You know, it's a really dark room, so he's going to go with the shiniest thing in the room.
I'm gonna try to be sneaky too. I don't know if the thing can see me.
I'll be sneaky.
Jorg will follow Tobiyashi just because he doesn't want him to be alone, and also try to be sneaky. Sorry,
Audience rolled a 24.
It's fine. I wasn't as sneaky as I thought I would be. 11.
5.
I mean, I guess since everybody else is doing it. What are you? That's gonna be an 18.
I'm more stealthy than Randy.
So Ramey's just really nervous in this room, okay?
Jorg, I just sent you something privately.
Ooh.
It's a whisper that you're hearing right now. You're the only one that hears it.
I just want to point that deal out.
Jorg, stop being corrupted by evil. You're not doing
They want you're precious.
Answer out loud.
Yeah.
Nothing you can give me is worth it.
You say it out loud?
Yeah.
Counter it.
Alright, so you all
No longer trying to be sneaky.
You all hear Jorg answer out loud what he just said.
And he just slowly turns his head to the other side of the room.
I look kind of back. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Audience will start to give a thumbs up to Jorg, and then remember he's super stealthy, and Jorg probably can't see him.
Oh damn, he doesn't see me. All right.
The whisper. I suppose you can't hear it.
Let's just hurry up and try to get out of here.
Well, then Ramey's just gobsmacked because he should be able to hear a whisper. He has been insulted.
It was a brain whisper.
It's a brain whisper.
You hear an answer, but in your head, Jorg.
But the precious!
You're not helping the world. You're capturing and killing innocent people. It's not how we work.
It answers again. What you're hearing is only what Jorg says. That's easy because you don't hear what I'm saying, but
That is not for us to decide.
but you're all hearing what Jorg says. Unless he's trying to be stealthy, but he said he wasn't.
You could tell by the stealth roll. It wants me to join it. I'll say that to Tobiyashi because he's right there.
Again, you hear a small whisper in your head.
Oh,
Can I prove myself?
hmm.
Let's see, to be.
I'm just waiting for an Ava to burst from the ceiling.
It's the wrong game.
Right. Where are the sacrifices?
Make a perception roll. With disadvantage, because you're in dim light.
In another castle.
God damn it. I can't roll my die like it said earlier. Alright, that is an 8, I believe. No, that is much better than an 8. That is a 13.
Oh, okay. Well, that actually is better than 8. You look around for a moment. You have to squint, but you don't see any bodies. But there's one detail that does pop into your mind. It feels like heavy things were dropped in the middle of this sand garden.
I want to approach the sand garden.
Alright, so Jorg does that. What do you all do while this is happening? You hear Jorg answering to something that you can't hear, and he suddenly starts moving toward the sand garden. What does audience Tobiyashi and Raimi do while all of this is happening?
What do I see around the room? There's like no cages or anything. There's nothing.
No, well, make a perception roll.
A 16?
16. Did you do it with disadvantage? It's dim light.
Oh, one more time?
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Well, you have a moment where you think that you're seeing stuff, but then you realize it's just your eyes playing tricks and shadows. The only thing that's slightly more lit than everything else is the sand garden at the center, and everything else, no, you don't see anything. You think that the room is mostly empty, except with this mass of swirling black smoke on the other side.
Audience is Cat when he's doing his investigation. From the left, rolled a 21.
Damn.
Because it's a cat. So
I
he
guess I
doesn't
go
care
and
about
start-
dim light.
I go and like look at what Jorg is doing. I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay.
The
So, Tobiyashi, as you're asking Jorg, what do you answer Tobiyashi?
I want to see if can I see any bodies or anything in the sand.
No, that's what your role was allowing you to see. You saw that there were places where the sand had been moved, pretty much in the same way as if someone just dropped something heavy, like a sack of potato. Just... But that's it. And it was dragged away after.
Okay. I'll point to one of those impacts and I'll say, looks like something was dropped on the sand and dragged away.
Audience, with your amazing perception roll, however, you do catch a little bit more of the story. When you look into this area, you do see that the sand has been disturbed, as if a lot of heavy stuff had been dropped on it. And as you're thinking about this, you see again a flash of divine light outside, and you see another group of 3 gargoyles flying high above it, the opening, and then there's a little light that appears in your mind, just reminding you, oh yeah, they did say that the gargoyles were dropping people in a room when they captured them.
Where are the bodies? Do I see any bodies?
You don't see any bodies anywhere. However, when you look at the sand, it becomes really obvious for you that the bodies were dropped on the sand and dragged toward where there is this mass of swirling energy. And your perception roll allows you to see that right in front of it, there are several empty baskets, large enough to hold a very abundant harvest of different fruits and vegetables. But there are 3 of those baskets right in front of it. But now they're completely empty.
Okay, so we're too late to stop it from being fed. Okay. An audience sees nothing else really in the room.
The room looks completely empty other than that.
No other doors, anything?
You don't see any doors. You do see the same types of shelves which were carved in the stone wall that you saw in the small room just before. So you get the feeling that probably whomever lived there before, that was its private sanctuary. But now it's, well, disqualifies, has been desecrated.
Okay. Audience is going to try. He's just going to see how this reacts. He doesn't think this will do anything, but why not? He's going to shoot his lightning breath at the massive energy.
Okay.
See if anything happens.
You look at it. What's the maximum range?
30 feet.
30 feet.
$2d6 lightning.
So
I can tell you the damage.
You'd have to move here to be in the range.
You can also make a DC 13. What is it? DC 13 dex save to have the damage.
Yeah. So you unleash your breath weapon in a bit of a surprise to everyone else who is in this room that has an eerie silence. All they see is this black swirling mass of smoke that just slightly pulsate in its shape. You feel the evil emanating from it when it pulses, but for everyone else, it's just smoke that just go. To give Remy a chance to say or do something, just before audience unleashes its breath weapon, is there anything you'd like to do?
Just like thinking about how uncomfortably dark it is in here, Randy probably would have just gone ahead and opened the shutters in his lantern.
All right. Well, in that case, as you see audience moving. Do you move with audience?
Does he see me? I rolled a 24 on stealth.
And like he could have been moving in like the general direction, but after he realized just like how dark it is, it's like, oh, now I know why I can't see him. I don't have any lights on.
Okay, so you'd be a bit more distant. All right. So you open the shutters and bright light appears. It's the same thing as a light spell, so it's not extremely large. You basically have a better field of vision for 20 feet around you, I believe. So
20 feet of bright and 20 feet of dim. So
20 feet of bright and 20 feet of dim on each side. Meaning it's like that, I believe. Anything that's in this square that just appeared is better lit. It's not well centered on you. Here we go. So
you could just like casually move my token just a bit, just so it does look more centered.
Oh, that's all right. I centered it. It goes beyond the map, but it's centered. I should have made the line finer, but all right. So as you're doing this, you open the shutter, and then suddenly, Jord, you realize there's a bit of light. Beside you, Tobiyashi, you realize there's a bit of light. You see better the square of sand, and as you're all witnessing, oh, light! You hear as audience unleashes its breath weapon toward the swirling mass of energy on the other side. It hits the mass of energy. It doesn't go through. You exhale it until there's nothing left of your breath, and you realize there's a reaction in it, but it stopped. It stops after a moment, as if it wasn't enough. It seemed to have destabilized it for half a second, but then it restabilized itself.
I'll turn to the others. I'll be like, everyone, hitting it does do something. Let's go hit it.
Can I drop a sacred flame on it?
What's the range of Sacred Flame?
60 feet.
I guess I'll run as fast as I can over there.
I'll move up if I have to.
Oh, okay. You're about 45 feet away from it. Okay, and Tobiyashi, what did you do?
I get 40 feet closer to it.
Okay.
It's not straight, around the sandbox thingy.
Okay.
It's probably a good idea.
I don't got any shoes on and I saw glass.
All right, so that puts you here. All right. Remy, how do you answer to audiences? Let's hit it.
Well, I guess the only way that you really can, I guess. I don't know. Would that pillar be considered half cover?
Depending on how you angle yourself, yeah, sure.
All right, then I am outright choosing to use my bonus action to steady aim and just like launch an arrow with my short bow.
Okay, you remain where you are right now?
Yes.
Okay.
In order to use steady aim this way, I have to stay still.
Okay.
Let's see. So that will be. Oh, got to see the other die. Okay. So with half cover, that's going to turn a 22 to a 20, I think.
Okay.
No cap. No cap at all. No cap.
Okay.
And since I was able to get advantage on the roll, I actually do get to roll sneak attack on this,
Now, what about a little bit of cap?
which was my main concern for shit. I have to move or I take the penalty.
Okay.
Not even a little bit of cap.
So that's going to be
God damn.
3, 7,
Okay, that's what I thought.
11,
There's a smidge of cap.
13, 19 piercing.
Okay. Jorg, I believe. Yeah, no, it's unmoving, so it's the dexterity saving throw is automatically
Moot.
failed.
All right. So just 11 radiant damage.
Okay. Okay. Audience and Tobiyashi? Tobiyashi, you
Gonna
moved,
run
but
and hit it.
is there something you'd like to do as an attack?
I don't want to attack it with my thing again because it keeps breaking. So I'm gonna wait till I'm close enough to sock it.
Okay.
You're gonna punch the energy?
I'm gonna
That seems-
sock it.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, so audience, what do you do?
Audience is level 2 divine smiting it with his great sword. If he hits it. Which
It'll work.
I assume it's unmoving, so a 16 I assume still hits.
Yes.
I don't want to interact.
Alright.
And how much damage does that do?
That does...
Nice, honey.
Andrew, that's your job. Let me know.
18 does like 26.
26? Okay. And where are you exactly? It's a pretty large mass. You have a lot of places where you could be.
I will be... I was on this side. I'll be, what's that, M6?
Hey, that's where I thought you'd be. Cool. Okay. All right, so...
Do I technically get my 2 attacks?
yeah, sure.
Alright, I don't know if this is like a real combat, but I guess I'll hit it again for another 15 points of damage.
All right. You all let out everything you have. Magical dagger, magical fire, divine smite, energy from a god, and Tobiyashi waiting to be right in front of it. And
Yeah. I'll be there soon, guys. Don't worry about it.
I feel like audience has a bias against Orunak. Tobiyashi is being more useless than Orunak was, and you still consider him a friend, but Orunak had to prove himself for weeks on end.
Listen, Toby was very useful at the beginning of the campaign, and then I don't know what happened to him on that island. I think he got shaken up a little bit.
I'll be back at it again. Don't worry about it. It's,
He was
was
he
a
had
fatal
an
mistake.
ordeal.
He made the fatal state of multitasking, multi-classing too early.
Yeah, that was.
All right, so you
got
all
this.
pump that magical energy inside of this swirling mass of dark energy, and you see it start to shift, pulsate at a different rate, and then it just bursts. I would like everyone in the room to make a strength saving throw, please.
Ew.
Oh, okay.
I should stick to the digital dice.
18.
No. I rolled a critical 1.
Oh.
Okay, listen. I know that I have a -2 modifier to strength, but I'd really appreciate it, die, if I wasn't like plastered to the wall like some poor boy. No, not with a 5.
No.
I'm about to hit this pole behind me.
Audience got his 15.
Got a 15, alright. And Jorg?
5.
Alright. So everyone but audience.
Well, audience, you still get pushed back. Well, actually, you're on Magna, so you feel Magna being pushed back slightly from this massive amount of energy. It does push you away 10 feet, but you remain on your feet. However, everyone else finds itself prone, thrown 20 feet away from where you are. Unfortunately, Remy, that means you've been slammed into the wall behind you.
Don't I have at least a little benefit from being behind a pillar?
The wave of energy spread out like the explosion from a bomb. It just covered everything. Even the pillars.
I
were
want that
affected
pillar
by
to
it.
be destroyed.
Not destroyed, but damaged.
I'm glad it didn't hit that pillar. Gosh.
I was like, I don't want the building to be destroyed. We're in a temple.
And so, Remy, you do take 5 points of bludgeoning damage from being slammed into the wall. Tobiyashi and Jorg, fortunately, you were just far enough to not be slammed in the wall in a way that would injure you. So, but you were pushed, and like I said, Tobiyashi, Jorg, and Remy, you are prone right now also. And as this shock wave just pushes through the entire room, lifting up a large portion of sand, and it just starts slowly dancing down. You see that the whirling mass of black smoke has expanded quite a lot, and you can't see well in it. However, audience, because you're so close to it, you see inside of it a shape that slowly takes form. And you see 2 eyes, a good 10 feet off the ground, staring right at you. And you all hear this in the room. Who dares interrupt this ritual? I know these smells.
I think you know.
Maybe Selma didn't fail as much as I thought. You might have underfed it, but maybe he'll let me feed on this. And you see the massive shape of a wolf emerge from that, staring at you first, and it is as large as the token. It is a huge creature. A wolf creature staring at you. Audience, you don't need any of your sense to feel this power emanating from it.
Pulsating. Sorry.
But being so close to it, there's one thing that you do notice. It seems to be struggling to hold its shape. Either the damage you all did, or the fact that the spell was interrupted, hurt it in some way.
Alright.
Nice.
Audience will be like, are you ready to feel the power of a true god? The power of the dragons? And he'll ready his sword.
Alright, well, since it's our time for the break, we'll go on break with this, and as soon as we come back, apparently, you're fighting a god.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. We got
Jorg has
this.
his
About
own
14.
god.
Okay, to be
15
fair,
minutes
it's a
early.
damaged, weakened god who's struggling to hold its form because we interrupted the spell.
Yeah. Although something tells me it's not actually the god because of what it just said about
It's like I think it's like an avatar of the god. I don't think
Yeah.
it's that. Yeah, because like obviously we can't just kill a god, but it's that probably the avatar is trying to put into.
Well, maybe
this
you
realm.
can.
Maybe I can't. I don't think I'm quite at that level yet.
Shade.
All right. Well, we're gonna go on break and let the players roast themselves out like this for 15 minutes. So see you back in 15 minutes, and I hope you'll be back. And I hope Kelly Collins gonna be there. They're gonna miss the fight against a sort of god. All right. Well, see you in 15 minutes. Ah, welcome back, everyone. Don't worry, audience is gonna be there. He's just... Speaking of the... I was gonna say devil, but that's what you're fighting, so... speaking of the Holy Knight. Alright. I think another music is more appropriate.
Sorry, I was just giving myself a pep talk in the mirror, so
This one,
what I thought.
yeah, you need it. You know, you have a globe that restores resources, and you're all very far away from one another. All right. So, as this creature turns toward you, and audience, you taunt it, the initiative roll comes in, but as this creature prepares to fight, there is a pulse of energy that fills the room that makes your hair stand up on the back of your head. And I would like every one of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's another 6.
I rolled a 9.
George knows the tricks of another druidic god.
How much did you roll?
18.
18, alright. Audience, you said you rolled
9.
9? Okay. Remy?
Rami is not strong, but he's resilient. A 19.
19. Alright. Well, that simply means that the predatory presence of this creature affected you, made you hesitate, and so audience and Tobiyashi, you roll your initiative with disadvantage.
Okay.
Remy and George, you rolled initiative normal.
Oh, I guess I should roll
So
for my
that-
cat
but
too.
so
Unless
that- I don't
jump
care.
off.
Okay.
What is my cat's wisdom? +2. Alright, let me roll for my cat as well. In case I jump off of it.
Okay.
Just for the initiative. +2 to a 20.
I really hope I'm not wasting these for my potential attack rolls.
My cat rolled an 11.
She also rolls at disadvantage or initiative.
Okay, so then I'll do my initiative first.
Alright.
Roll. That's not great.
George got a 4.
Okay, that's a 9 for me.
So audience is an 8?
No, audience is a 9, and if I jump off my cat's a 10.
I got a 9.
But right now it's off of mine, so we're at 9
Okay.
because I did mine first.
Remy?
Rami rolled a 24.
Okay. Wow.
Oh wait, no, I did the math wrong. 23. It's like I don't have a max dex yet.
All right. Well, in that case, that means that Remy, you go first.
Unfortunately, it's not that great for Rami to go first at this specific moment, but so Rami is going to use half of his movement to stand up, crack his back after being slammed against a wall, and then he is going to move to, I will say, see Yeah, he's going to move to C5. And because of circumstances, he is going to hold action. When one of his allies engages the monster in combat, he is going to fire an arrow with his short bow.
Okay. So, Remy...
Because it's nothing worse than making an attack with no sneak attack.
Alright, so Remy takes the ready action. Alright. So, next one in the initiative is the creature. Audience, you are the closest one, so it just jumps at you.
I mean, that's fair. I taunted it too. That I was just going to face the power.
That's what it's supposed to do, you know. Okay. So it's gonna attack you with a bite attack. So it's 24 and 21 to hit.
Both of those hit.
Okay.
Those are quite high rolls. I would not beat those even if...
By the way, since I can't quite see it on the map, did it go toward audience?
It did.
Oh yes, sorry.
It engaged me. You can fire your arrow.
Okay. I just didn't know if this thing was attacking like a ranged bite, like.
No. It's attacking him physically.
Is an 18 enough to hit it?
Just.
Thank Christ.
Just.
Alright, so I got 18 AC, guys.
Alright, while you figure out the damage you're dealing to audience.
No.
And it does no damage. Oh my
It
god.
does no damage. I actually have immunity to wolf damage, specifically.
It damages your friendship meter.
So Raimi deals 20 piercing.
20 piercing, okay.
Nice. Good start.
I rolled like 2 3s on the sneak attack, but then it came right back around with a 6.
Swear to God, if you made another boss with a lifesteal ability, it just keeps lifestealing.
You're the one keeping it alive! Alright, so you fire your arrow, and the arrow hits. It does catch. Doesn't seem to make damage that makes it flinch a lot, but it catches.
I mean, it's a huge wolf. It has a short bow arrow in it. I assume it wouldn't flinch that much.
Meaning it has a whole lot of hit points. But it doesn't seem to be resistant to that damage.
Little stick goes into it.
So, alright, so it catches you. Audience, it attacks you with 2 attacks from its bite, but just like any other wolf, you have to make a strength saving throw to not be knocked prone, or on this case, down from your mount.
Yeah. On both of them, or just one of them?
Both. Each attack
Alright.
is that.
Well, the first one's a 21, so I'm pretty sure I'm fine on that.
Yep.
And the second one is a 19.
Okay. So as the wolf arrives and it starts biting you, both attack making damage, you feel its teeth sink in. You manage to resist the force that it has, although you don't find it all that easy to resist. But you manage it. But you do take a grand total of 23 piercing damage from both of its attack.
37, 34. Or maybe use that level 3 on just giving your old boy a little healing.
From your point of view, you do see that it is biting down on audience quite fiercely. Alright, for now, this is going to be its action. Which means next one is... audience.
Alright.
Time to get your
Who do you
revenge.
want to go first, me or him? Because we both have 9.
That's right.
Sadly, it's my cat and me kind of together. 'Cause I'm
Okay,
obvious.
okay.
But, alright. I guess I'm gonna have my cat actually try and hit it first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have my cat try and pounce. Oh no, it has to pounce. Never mind. I'd have to
It's
that.
right in front of it.
It's just gonna hit it then. A claw. For what's that? +4 to hit. Alright, so just gonna smack it with a. It's gonna do nothing. It's gonna miss. We're gonna move on to audience. My cat's gonna swing at it and just miss a humongous creature. That's fine.
It's trying to bite a creature that is slightly imposing. It hesitated.
I assume it actually kind of does bite it, but it just kind of gets its fur is too tough for it.
Well, how much did it roll?
8 off Victor.
A 6.
I'd say it was
Might have just
a 6. It was trying to bite one of its leg, but it was moving too swiftly.
Alright. And then I will swing it with my longsword. Not my longsword, my greatsword. I don't have my longsword. And that'll be a miss. And my second attack will be a crit. And I don't have a goddamn divine smite.
Damn.
Goddamn.
I wanted to run to the
You
middle.
are correct. I am not. I don't know if I can do that though. I would have had to do that before, unfortunately.
It's more just just seeing if you still had the ability to generate a spell slot for later.
I do, but I wish I remembered to do that beforehand, because I would have. But it's okay. I'll just hit it for 20.
20 hit points. All right.
Could have been so many more. Could have been. If I remembered to do that, it would have been.
You're breaking
It
up.
would be another 16.
So it's another 16. Is that it?
No.
No, it
just
would have
20.
been another 16. Okay.
It would have been another 16.
All right. Well, you have this moment of that was so beautiful. Why am I running out of magic?
And then, am I below? I'm gonna use my thing to create a spell slot for next time.
Okay. So sacrifice one channel divinity to get back a spell slot. As the regret fills you, you look toward your god and give me a spell slot. Give me magical energy. Alright, in that case, we go to Tobiyashi.
So, to get up, what does it cost to get up? An action?
Actually,
Half my movement.
Oh, to get
I
up, okay.
see. Yeah, to get up. So half my movement. So even if I dash, would it be half my movement, or would it be half my movement doubled?
No, what dash does, it allows you to add your normal movement to the movement that you're doing. So
okay.
you lose 20. You only lose 20 of your movement speed if you're using dash. For the grand total, I believe, is 80 that you can do if you dash.
Alright. I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna go over to... H2, and I go over there if I can. Maybe like H3. I think I make it over there.
Okay.
And I'll yell out to the rest of everyone. I'm like, if you're not here in 12 seconds, I'm using this. And I kind of make the ball like pop out of my sleeve from my silks and everything. I hold it up in the air. And that's it.
So basically you're saying if you're not here in 12 seconds, meaning in 2 turns, you use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they get closer like closer by that time, and it's my turn.
Just tell
So
them it's,
already-
like, next round. Next round.
Already like an action for when everybody is in the circle around where I can slam it.
Okay. So that's Audience and Tobiyashi and Jorg.
Jorg
Use
will
that
move
spell
closer.
slot.
Yeah, first, as
That is
I think I
as
bonus action.
close as you can get. Right in front of the sand. Unless you use your action to move further.
No, he will just get
Dash.
right up to the sand. No, he doesn't need a dash. What he wants to do is use his spirit totem to make a bear totem. On
A consideration.
considering.
Call animals.
A consideration. Are you absolutely sure you want to use bear?
The bear.
Because you just said you use the
Music is
bear
loud.
totem.
Yeah. Versus.
Call animals.
Versus...
The hawk would be good.
Please.
What?
Choose.
I can't hear. He's gonna use the bear. Maybe he shouldn't. But I think the bear would be the best one.
Is that a level 3 spell slot?
No,
No,
that is
it-
a
it's an
bonus
ability.
His
action.
ability. But I'm wondering, is this specifically for the temporary hit points?
Pretty much. And we get advantage on strength attack. Not that we'll need to use another one, but
Well, I mean, the
Does
not
it-
going prone against the wolf is kind of nice.
yeah. The keen sight
Yeah.
and the advantage on wisdom could also be good.
We don't know if it has a fear thing.
Yeah.
Well, we did
We
get hit
also
with
don't
it.
know how much damage Audience is going to be taking in this fight.
A
Yeah.
lot. The answer to your question.
Let him take
Yeah.
as much as you can now. If he runs to me in time, then we'll be fine.
Am I next to you?
No, you're 25 feet away.
Okay, well, come to me. I'm fighting a wolf. I can't just leave.
Yeah, that's
You could disengage.
All right.
You'll be fine.
uh
I mean, do you?
Are you sure you know Audience?
You think I'm just gonna leave a fight between a champion and a god? You're out of your mind.
Incidentally, Jorg,
That
are you
just
going to be
makes everyone
casting
run
a
fast.
spell on
Further.
this turn, or
I will be.
So
does
What
this
is-
spell involve an area of effect?
What's audience at health wise?
34.
34?
Just use your big offensive spell. I'll be fine for another
Okay.
minute up, so.
Yeah.
So just think about it carefully. That's all I can say, because yes, it's the other players are trying to hint at something, but you know your strategy, so use your best judgment. Bear totem: each creature of your choice in the aura, when the spirit appear, gains hit point equals to 5 plus your druid level, in addition to your ally gaining advantage on strength. For the hawk, When a creature makes an attack roll against a target in the spirit aura, you can use your reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. In addition, you and your allies have advantage on wisdom, and the unicorn, you and your allies gain advantage on all ability check made to detect creature in the spirit aura. In addition, if you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit point to any creature inside or outside the aura, each creature of your choice in the aura also regains hit points equal to your druid level. So think about the strategy that you want to use. Pick the one that fits best.
I'm thinking they know something. They're thinking about something that I'm not.
Or maybe they simply have a different strategy than yours.
They might.
But I'm gonna need a decision.
Yeah,
it's supposed to
I'll
last
make
6 seconds, so...
I'll make the unicorn,
Okay.
and then I assume that the radiant damage is what I want. So I'm gonna moonbeam it.
So where do you want to put the totem?
The totem I will put on H4.
Okay.
So that's
And the radius of this is?
the radius.
The spirit creates an
It
aura.
is 60 feet. So,
To a point you can see in 60 feet, the spirit creates an aura
Oh,
in a 30-foot radius around the point.
okay. So, in 30 foot. Okay. I'll still get audience. He'll put it in H5 then. So it'll still get everyone that way.
So everyone that is inside of this circle, good lord, I made these round thick. I'm gonna need to make a one that's slightly thinner. Alright, well, it defaces the battleground, but at least everyone knows where they need to be. So...
Yep.
And you place a moonbeam, is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
Just kind of on it. Probably like the 6, 7, and 6, 7 square. So I don't risk hitting audience.
Okay. Well, moonbeam isn't very large.
Yeah.
You should probably declare which level you're casting it at.
Oh, I'm casting at level 3
Okay.
for 3d10 damage if they don't save their constitution with a DC 15.
Okay. So on its turn, it's going to have to make the DC. Make the check? Is that it?
I think it's when a creature enters the spell on a turn or starts its turn there. Okay, yeah, it's when it starts its turn there.
All right.
Yeah, by definition, for like these kinds of spells, the spell doesn't take effect until the beginning of this of that creature's turn.
Yeah. All right. So this is what you do. So in that case, it's going to use one of its legendary action and stares at Jorg. You need to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Maybe it should have made the hawk. Well, I still got an 18 because I'm a druid.
All right. It turns its head and stares at you. And for a moment, it feels like the entire room disappears, and all you can see is the face of the wolf and its two eyes. You feel a sense of panic trying to grapple your heart, but you manage to shrug it off. However, you are left with this residual fear until the end of your next turn. You are frightened of that creature. Meaning that if you had not succeeded, it would have been worse. Alright. So you are feared. And we go to Remy.
Alright, Raimi is... I mean, he honestly doesn't really have a reason to move right now. So...
I mean, get in potential range of... We don't know how far the long rest orb is, but I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, like, just above game, because of the fact that that Jorg is not going to be able to move any closer to this creature. It means that one of the main beneficiaries of this orb will not be in range if he decides to crash it in 6 to 12 seconds.
Yeah, that is true.
So I'm counting on the fact that Kobayashi would not just use it on just himself and audience. So Raimi is going to knock an arrow back and fire at this creature where he's standing.
Alright. Roll your attack.
Definitely not that one. That's going to be a soft 20 to hit.
That is enough to hit.
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Ooh, that's... Okay, so... 1, 5, 9... Oh, I'm an idiot. And I have to start that over. 4, 8, because I realized I rolled a d4 for the arrow again.
Ah, come on.
So yeah, that's 8, 14, 17, 22 piercing.
Alright. You take your arrow, you aim at it, you let it loose, and you're confident because audience is there and you see that it seems to be distracted. The arrow flies toward it, and just as it's supposed to hit that really nice tender spot right under its neck, it bursts into shadow, covering the entire room. You hear your arrow just go... It hit the wall behind it. The entire room is covered in shadows. You cannot see a thing.
Blind
Essentially,
fighting.
darkness.
Blind sense.
Audience, because of your blind sense, you're the only one who actually get that information. He's not there anymore.
You hear out of the darkness.
You
You
don't.
hear the darkness. You can teleport. Actually, you can't because it's not my turn.
But you're the only
You'll
one
hear
that can
it.
actually feel it. He just lost mass. It just went.
Lost mass. I assume this isn't an opportunity attack situation.
No, it didn't move. It didn't attack anyone. It just, from your point of view and knowing the feeling that you got from your blind sense, you really got the feeling that it bursted into this cloud of shadow.
Okay, well, I will wait till my turn to tell them that.
Well, Rainy ends his turn, so I believe next is audience's turn.
Well, it's the wolves. I think it's the wolves,
Or
right?
the wolf's turn,
Yeah.
I guess.
The wolf can appear anywhere if it wants. I assume.
You hear the voice from inside the room. You can't pinpoint where it is. The voice seems to be coming from everywhere at once. Now, who's the most dangerous? Let's start.
If it's everywhere, is it technically still in the moonbeam?
Nope. Its body is no longer in the moonbeam.
Listen, you just said it was everywhere. So.
You hear it from the shadows just saying this and going, let's go with the rivals first. Jorg.
Uh-oh.
No.
Is 27 enough to hit?
Yeah, it just happens to be.
Aren't you?
Alright. So, Jorg, I would need you to make a strength saving throw. Well, two strength saving throws, sorry, because you're gonna get hit twice.
Oh. Well, one was a 21, but the other one was a 5.
Okay, so the initial attack is so hard to take that it literally pushed you down almost to your knees, but you managed to push it off. However, the second one, because you were so weakened, you are pushed back to the ground. The initial attack, you don't see it where it comes, but now you have a feeling that this is how people feel when they get hit by Remy. The attack bites you in the shoulder and slightly in your back. It sinks in really deep, hitting you for 19 points of slashing damage, as you are struck not only by the teeth of this creature, but by the fact that it was a sneak attack that it managed to do. And the second attack it deals 13 points of piercing damage. When it strikes you, all of the shadow of the room suddenly just focus back and reforms right behind you as the creature is there, still biting your shoulder, blood on its mouth. You are on the ground with him still right above your head. And that's its turn. Which means now...
It's audience.
Oh, he also needs to roll 2 con saves.
Yeah, that's right. For the Moonbeam.
Yeah. Alright, one was a 12, and one was a 6.
Oh.
We.
Sorry, you lost. The Moonbeam fades away.
It did not.
Yep.
Alright.
So, audience, you see Jorg on the ground, bleeding profusely, and the creature's mouth all painted with the blood of Jorg.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
map update.
The creature has moved to A, B, and C, 10, 11, and 12. Right behind where Jorg was.
So if I move to, let's see, if I get 50 feet because I'm on my cat. Perfect. I can move exactly to C9. That's
Okay.
audience will move to C9.
Let's move this under the tokens. So, alright.
Which is actually still the unicorn.
But yeah, technically, you're just on the edge of it. Your back feels the effect of the aura.
And then, yeah, he will attack this creature twice.
Go ahead.
So, that's a 19 to hit.
It is enough.
Use his level 2 spell slot for Divine Smite.
Audience is on the move. Audience is loose.
Plus 2, 3. Uh, 12 plus 14. So 26 damage. 14 of that is radiant.
Alright. Arriving at him with vigor and strength, courage, you take your weapon, you see the bright light entering the weapon, you know it's gonna hit, you know that this happens. Unfortunately, the creature has done its turn, and so when you strike, your swing goes through it and it explodes once again into shadows everywhere. It disappears once again, and you hear it in your mind go, "Did you really think your god was stronger than me? Did you think it could hide its action from my sight?"
Uh-oh.
Are we not allowed to hit this thing?
It has a reaction ability. That's why I mentioned that its turn had passed, since it's used its last reaction, so it got its reaction back. It has a reaction ability.
But then if it only recoalesces on its turn, and then it gets its reaction back.
Only
on its
Remy
turn.
will ever be able to hit it.
Depends, it's a reaction, so it's strategy. He has to use it when it feels it's the right time, and not taking a Divine Smite certainly is a very
No.
good time.
Alright,
However,
well, audience has another attack.
well,
Does it reform?
no, it reforms on its turn. So right now there's nothing in front of you, and you feel it because of your blind sense. You know it's not there anymore.
Well, I can't really do anything, so I'll just kind of...
However, your god does refund the ability since it didn't hit.
Yay! Well, that was still my action to swing it. I don't think I have anything
Just throw
to
your
do
sword.
on a bonus action. Well, actually, I assume Toby's about to use this, so I might as well cast my Divine Favor using it. Which is a bonus action.
Just map update when you can. It'll probably
Yeah.
take a minute.
I'll use the level 2 spell slot even though it doesn't have a bonus effect to cast Divine Favor on my weapon.
Alright.
And then I'll call it to Toby. Toby, come over to us and use the orb.
Toby,
Alright.
you're in complete darkness. Where is
That's why I
everyone?
gave him audio cues.
Did he? Yeah, are you guys yelling the whole time? Am I
Yeah, well,
getting-
that's why I yelled at you, so you could know where I was.
Alright, I start to head straight towards the noise. As far
with
as I
your
can.
very high passive perception, I'll allow you to move roughly in the right direction. Tell me where you intend to go, and I'm gonna see if that's where you actually am.
I intend to go like C8.
You tend to go to C8. So... You can't see, but for the purpose of this is where you actually end up, because you're in complete darkness. You're waving your hand in front of your eyes and you can't see it.
So it's a radius of 20?
The fog?
No, the orb.
The orb, yes.
Yeah, you were in range. You can use it.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna, not seeing anybody, just smack it down thinking that I'm in the right place.
Okay.
Or using it how it's supposed to be used.
Alright. Well, you break it, and then you feel this radiating energy just spread all around. So, everyone, even Jorg, you're exactly within the 20 feet. You're exactly within the 20 feet. Find yourself under the effect of that. So what it does, it restores all spell slot for every single one of you. All abilities, key points that would restore after a long rest. And for healing, well, you can use all of your hit dice if you want to provoke a healing.
I'm already fully healed.
So if I use 2, it's a d10. So I'm going to roll 2 d10s and see how much I use. 1, 2, because that's how much I can do. 3. That's 18. 34. That's...
Oh, were you that low on hit die?
No, I have all 4. I can use 2 for free. It's still having. It's not. Okay, 30, 18, 34, 44, 50. No, 2. I'll use 1 more, so I'll use 3 hit die.
Alright, so just to keep up with everything you've learned with the Wolf God, it has legendary actions, which Jorg felt the effect if he succeeds at saving throw. It has a reaction action, which it can take when it is taking an attack that would deal damage. And you know that at the beginning of the round, when there was initiative, it had a predatory presence. So far, these are the abilities you know it has.
I'm using all of my hit dice. And I assume, since the effects were immediately felt, I can't use my healing spells.
What do you
It's
mean?
not like a long rest. Like during a long rest, you can use your healing spells right before you take your rest, so you
No.
get your spell slots back.
No, that
Yeah.
that was an effect. It just...
Yeah.
Unless your healing spells are a reaction thing, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
use
that would
shield.
be like spending the 12 seconds to actually do the 2 spells and not.
You can use
Instantly
shield if you
getting-
want, and then it's it's gonna be refunded. Alright,
Alrighty.
so that was Tobiyashi. We got Audience and Magna. And which means we have Jorg.
Jorg?
Yeah. You know you just got
Jorg's
injured.
gonna stand up.
You stand up, and right now the entire room is pitch black.
You did hear Audience shout, though, from like 10 feet away from you.
Jorg's gonna move towards. Wait, by 10 feet, you mean 5?
You hear him yelling, and he seems somewhat close to you. I shouldn't give an exact measurement.
Yeah. Jorg's gonna move towards Audience's voice.
you
the rest of
you make
his-
3 steps and you find yourself hitting Magna face first, the belly of Magna.
Oh, good. Something fuzzy.
Then you realize,
Nice.
hey, the enemy also is fuzzy.
Uh-oh.
Exactly.
You'll hear Magna grunt though. It doesn't sound like a giant.
Yeah, I know wolf fur versus
Versus cat fur. All right.
cat fur. Yeah. Giant wolf fur or
So you know that
Archcat.
audience is diagonally positioned toward where you are.
This time Jorg will actually use the bear
Okay.
totem, not wild shape, because of the strength.
Okay.
So everyone gets
So-
the
10 HP, right?
yeah, because it's 5 plus. Yeah, so 10 temporary HP. And he's gonna put it to the point he can see.
So on
So,
top
like-
of him.
Yeah, it's gonna be like on his lap, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, to place it between your legs. How many totem can you have at once? Only one?
Oh, yeah, I assume long rest gets rid of it though.
Well, not if it's an orb.
Okay, so because
Maybe
this is
not.
technically unprecedented, since normally there's not an item that gives you the equivalent of a long rest, but by all accounts,
Yes.
the duration of the totem lasts for a minute,
Yeah.
and a
Okay.
minute has not passed yet.
Yeah. No,
At that
definitely.
point- yeah, and I imagine he wouldn't be able to have 2, so...
No, but the totem lasts for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated. And you can't use it again until you finish a long rest, but you got it. So basically, yeah, you can have 2 totem at once.
Whoa, alright. I'll take a bear's totem along with the unicorn totem.
I
Okay.
need to ask this girl where she got these items
Yeah.
and how much they cost. Probably more than I have. But
Yeah.
it's fine.
I've been using them
Uh,
for quite a while. You just never thought about asking this.
I'll ask her after the fight if she's still alive, or if we're still alive. There are a lot of ifs there. Too many ifs to make me comfortable. But
And then I think, since he can't do anything else, as his action, he will bless himself, audience, and Magna.
Is it that you can see?
That you can see.
Oh,
I would allow
I
you
can't
to, because you can basically make one step and have your nose on Magna's belly. I can allow you to bless yourself, audience, and Magna, but that's it.
okay, yeah,
I'd allow it.
I'll do that. Just fumble around the cat until he finds audience's leg.
You just
Bless.
put your eye right inside Magna's fur, and you start seeing the color of the fur. Oh yeah, I can see you.
I bless you. What does bless do again?
It gives you. Oh, it is concentration, but you get a D4 to any attack roll or saving throw added on.
Okay, I'm in.
Audience, you hear Magna go, I'm not comfortable where your friend is placing his face on me. That's private. Belly is private.
I'm like, we're in a fight. Deal with it. Bigger issues right now. I'll talk to HR later.
All right, that's my turn.
The NPC's union.
Alright, so as Jorg keeps touching everywhere to try and find Audience's foot, and have Magna on his cheek, and Audience hearing Magna say, oh, that's private! I don't know you well enough to touch there. You cast your bless, and you have Jorg, Audience, and Magna blessed. So the next one is... I think we go back to to Remy.
All right. I think really the only thing that Remy can really do is he's going to since he knows that he was next to a pillar, and he knows the approximate location of Tobiyashi, considering an orb was literally flashed a second ago.
Yeah. You saw a faint glimmer of white energy that lasted half a second.
My silhouette.
Okay, Remy will move to. Yeah, he'll just use that pillar as a guide, just to put himself at D5, and then he is going to hold an action with his Bloodhound dagger. If the creature shows up, he is going to use it.
There you go. Alright, so Remy goes here. Alright, well, that's definitely something. Alright. So, that's his turn.
Remy has Robin's tool belt, but with knives.
Alright, so you hear coming from the shadows. Oh, that's definitely gonna be an annoying ability. Let's make sure it doesn't happen again. And so Tobiyashi is 26 enough to hit you.
Say no.
Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry. I'm honest when I say this. I'm so sorry. That's a lot of sixes.
Goodbye, Toby. It's been nice knowing you.
I will ask, for clarity.
Yes, he reshapes.
Does he reshape then attack, or does he attack then reshape?
They occur at the same time. It's a sneak attack that he does. It's the same thing as being invisible and using a sneak attack.
You can technically hit him, I think,
Yes.
as he attacks.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and this does technically have to be a throw attack, so
Okay.
in order for this to work out. All right. Well, I already know that soft 20 hits.
Yes.
Now, before I roll the die, is he going to reaction go away?
You're
I
not
don't
sure.
I don't want to roll dice that aren't going to happen.
You're not sure. It's a reaction, and you know that gods are very intelligent. He will most likely use
we
this.
also don't get to necessarily know how much an attack is going to hit before we decide to do a reaction.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, don't worry. I was honest on each one of them. I didn't take this because of the damage that was dealt. I promise. Deal your damage. He's not going to use the reaction. He's keeping this. Now that he has felt this, he knows what it did. So he knows that the audience is the most dangerous person in the room right now.
So you're telling me the audience just shouldn't attack ever. Won't go away.
Well, he knows you have divine smites.
What if I just don't use divine spikes?
Let's just say that sucks for a paladin. But you
So,
could.
20 piercing damage as Raimi takes the time to wait, and then when it jumps out, throws the good boy at the big, scary black wolf.
Yeah, actually, Raven Black, but that's good enough.
Keep chipping away at it, Remy. 20 at a time.
You throw your dagger and it hits. It enters his body and... Well, this is a reaction, so the dagger stays there.
Yeah, this time it has to stay there.
Yeah, you see the dagger sticking out. But Tobiyashi, let's end your anxiety moment.
How many hit points does he get? Oh my gosh.
What's your overall health total, Toby?
40.
And I believe 18 is enough to hit you again, right?
Yes.
Right, you have to do 2 saving throws against 2 strength saving throws. Because of Jorg, I believe you have advantage. Is that it?
Advantage?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I was just checking something. So strength. Okay, so I have to do 2, right?
Yes. Or 1 at
First one is
disadvantage.
First is an 11, and now, yeah, it's just 11 because I did 2 already.
Okay. So, you find yourself prone after taking the initial attack, the one that comes from the shadow that you can't see where it comes from. Surprise you completely. You feel the bite going through your abdomen. You feel it go in your back and your stomach. You feel the blood immediately starting to pour out as you take 28 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
It lets out just a little and bites you again with the second attack. This one, however, you only take... you only
Ew.
take 12 points of piercing damage.
That's
Wait, so
exactly
did-
40.
Didn't we have temporary hit points?
We did. We had 10, which just kept you from being one shot.
So
We're
I'm
at
10. I'm at 10.
You sort of feel
Alright.
you felt the shield of Jorg resist for half a second and then give out, and then you felt the bite get in, chomp you once, twice as you fell on the ground. And what you're seeing right in front of you is this huge 15 feet long wolf staring at you with your blood in his mouth.
I'm going to use my... I'm prone, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to use half of my movement to stand up.
Yes, because it's...
And-
Well, technically it's... Does audience has a better dexterity than you?
Yes.
So technically...
No, we're tied.
Audience has
tied.
been going before Tobias.
I have been going first.
So,
Yes.
audience would go first after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Audience is going to shout, use his speaking time to go, we need to all group up back to back so that it can't just... We need to all group up together.
My eyes are just glossed over gray. I'm just...
And he'll run over to Toby and he'll hit the... or he'll try and hit. With a 25 to hit.
That is enough to hit.
And right now, audience doesn't know exactly what his ability does, but he knows what he used Divine Smite last time the wolf disappeared, so he's gonna wonder if it's like a triggered thing by another god's power, so he's actually not gonna use it because he's kind of testing.
And he's slightly traumatized because this god said that he was stronger than his.
No, he's not trying. He's like, he assumes a god would say that.
Okay.
So that's that, plus my spell. So that's 19 points of damage, 3 of it radiant.
19.
Does the wolf take it?
Yes, he does.
Alright. It's like, well, maybe if I just don't use Divine Smites, he'll take my attacks. That's what he's going with right now. The second attack's only a 14 to hit.
That is not enough to hit.
Unfortunately.
You strike it and you realize that his fur has some resistance to it. Sort of like a thin armor. It just bounces off of it.
Alright. So 19. So, alright. He'll do that, and then, yeah, as he said, he'll be like, kind of wave to Jorg and Remy, like, we need to group. And then he will end his turn.
Okay, Tobiyashi, it's your turn now.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm going to second wind myself, and
Take him in a deep breath and then cough a little bit of blood, and then what do you do?
yeah, I'm just sitting there like life is something. I'm just like, ugh, what the fuck? And then as soon as that happens, so what is it? A 1d10? D10. Let's go. Come on, please help me here. Okay, that is 5 points, 5 health points. So I'm at 15 now. Let's go.
All right.
And
as you feel this,
Is it a 5 on the die, or
was it?
no, it was
don't forget
3.
to add your fighter level to it?
I already did.
As you feel this energy come back into you, this second wind, you hear the beast go, "Come on, prey, run."
Don't stay grouped like audience told you.
Okay, and then at this point, I'm just gonna say fuck it. Oh wait, no, I've already used my bonus action. I'm gonna take the dodge action and then just stand there waiting with the audience.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm back to back. We're back to back, I
Sorry.
guess. Just standing there.
It's the wrong one. It's audience that's supposed to be there, not Jorg. Okay. Jorg?
Jorg is going to join them to probably just south of audience, so C7, and then he's going to cast a level 3 Cure Wounds on what he can only assume is a walking corpse. For 18 health.
Holy shit.
Plus the 4. We actually all get 4.
Oh, yeah.
Tell the unicorn.
Yeah, plus it's 5 because it's my druid level.
Oh.
No, wait. What is it? I'm gonna check.
So 35?
Each creature of your choice in the aura also regain hit points equal to your druid level.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
everyone
5, so-
also gains 5.
So Toby, you actually gain 23.
23. Alright.
And then as a bonus action,
Shillelagh.
Oh, nice. Shillelagh.
Well, you said you were south of audience, so you're not in range for Shillelagh.
yeah, I'm not gonna be doing any, hopefully, melee fighting.
Well, also,
yeah.
he also can't cast Shillelagh this turn.
Yeah, because the heal.
Yeah, you can.
So, what are you doing with the rest?
Yep, that's it.
That's it? Alright.
Yeah.
Chilling.
We go
Are
to
we back to back yet?
Remy.
Being a less effective priest.
All right.
Join us, Remy. Join us.
Join us.
Back to back. In a ring. Don't get
Is he
sick
not
of that.
taking? Is this demon not taking damage from the glass that's clearly in the sand? I want that in the rule. No, I'm just saying.
Who said that I haven't been taking this into consideration? You don't know what I'm rolling.
And who's that NPC in the middle of the map? I want to know.
That's Jorg Totem. Hold
Yeah,
on, he
yeah.
doesn't need to be there because they're the area of effect.
It's a random god watching us enjoy the struggle.
Nice fight! That was a good blow. Nice. So Remy.
It's the Watcher from Marvel.
The Watcher.
So Remy, what are you doing?
Okay. I need to think about this really carefully. Because because in order to do what I need to do, things need to be positioned in a certain way. Okay, yeah, so effectively that's just 2 orientations. Yeah, honestly, guys, the best place for Raimi to be right now is actually right where he is.
Okay.
You're
So
gonna get singled out by the reaction.
Yeah, so Raimi is going to whistle for the good boy to come back to his hand with a bonus action.
It comes back.
And yeah, Raimi is just going. Yeah, he's going to hold his action and make. Yeah, he'll make an attack once the creature also makes an attack.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, we go to the creature's turn. You hear the creature go, "Yes, that's it, little prey. Gather up. More strength when everyone isn't together, isn't there?" And suddenly it bursts. You see large, shadowy quills bursting from his body and covering a pretty large portion of this place. Everyone does, well, it's not as bad for Remy, but everyone does dexterity saving throw, please.
Damn.
Yes! A 25.
Damn.
Nat 20. 24.
Keep that right side up.
I rolled a 19, man.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's a 23.
At a 25.
Oh man.
Jorg,
Uh-oh.
what did you roll?
11.
11. Alright, so
The
every...
rest of us are so graceful.
Everyone rolled their d4s, right? Or the ones that are
I did
habit.
not.
Oh, right, yeah.
Don't
could
forget
be-
your own bless, please.
Why would
Yeah.
why would I need to do that if I already rolled 25?
1.
You
It's
don't.
just
you
me
don't
and-
have it. You don't have it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I was
got
like-
Oh, I'm
12.
sorry. I got a 1 to that. It's 25 for me.
Okay.
Nice. Just as
So-
good as me.
Audience, Remy, and Tobiyashi, you all succeeded your saving throw, meaning you take only half the damage I'm about to say. Jorg, you take full damage of what I'm about to say. So the damage of this is 20 points of piercing damage. So Jorg, you take 20 points of piercing damage. Audience, Remy, and Tobiyashi, 10 points of piercing damage.
That's just my 10
Bless.
HP.
Sticks around.
Oh, and Magna also takes 10 points of damage.
Yes.
And Raimi throws a dagger with a 19 to hit.
That is enough. Jorg, did you say something?
Oh, I rolled Constitution and succeeded, so we're still blessed.
Okay.
Oh, I have to do that. I technically have a spell going right. I rolled a 14, so we're also good on that.
That's only going to be 13 piercing.
Okay. Well, it's still damage.
Yeah, but that's good.
I had like 2 1s in there. There's no getting around that.
It happens. Alright. Well, that's... yeah, alright. Okay, that's it for the round for the beast.
Audience.
Yes.
It's gonna hit.
Go ahead.
Is potentially gonna hit if he rolls at least a 3 on his d4. He's a 3. He got a 3. That's an 18.
You hit, but you are aware inside of you that you barely hit.
Alright, that's gonna be...
With the grace of the gods.
Not great damage.
Yeah, and not his god.
Oh my god, that's terrible damage. Alright, that was only 10 damage on that hit. One of it was radiant.
His god is busy at the moment. He's taking another call.
And then he will attack again.
Okay, go ahead.
10 damage. I don't think it's possible for me to hit. Nope, it's not. God damn it.
Try as you might, you fail and miss. What about Magna?
Then, yeah, Magna will swing. It's +4. And will also miss.
Very well. Magna tries and tries and tries, but fails again. Which means we go to Tobiyashi.
Hey. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to I'll use my bonus action, and I am going to sprinkle the dust on my bomb.
Okay.
And I will make an attack action on it.
Go ahead. Ball catches fire and strike at it.
Shove your steaming ball in
Ooh.
his face.
Okay, that is a 24 to hit.
All right.
So it's 1d4 plus 6 plus 1d6.
Yeah.
Oh, that is 10. And then d6. Ooh, so that is 14 points of damage. And then, do I hit him?
Yes.
I'll do him. Alright. Well, why not do it? Nah. And then, that's gonna be the end of my turn, because I cannot do a Fury Blow since I don't have a bonus section.
Okay. So, it uses a legendary action and turns toward... I believe, Remy, you hit it during this this turn? Caused it damage?
I hit it during its turn, yes.
Alright. Its legendary action states that it can do this on anyone that dealt damage to him since its last turn. So it uses its legendary action and stares right at you. You have to make a wisdom saving throw.
With advantage?
Where'd you go?
No.
No,
No, that's a different one.
wisdom saving throw.
Strength.
That is going to be a 16.
Damn lucky, man. Alright, you succeed, which means you are only frightened of that creature until the end of your next turn. You see it staring right at you. You feel that sense of panic rising inside of you, but you manage to shrug it off, and you're still frightened of him, but the other effect didn't catch.
Now we're just waiting for this other effect.
It's probably gonna be Toby. Oh no, Toby has good will.
But I'm back to back with you.
Jorg!
It might be me.
Look, all three of you are proficient in wisdom saving throws. It's really just a matter of who rolls badly first.
Yeah, I got only plus.
So whose turn is it now?
Jorg! You're the only one left.
Hit it, George.
Throw your puppy at him. That'll
Throw my
work.
puppy.
Something else.
Take the puppy,
Oh.
throw it.
What the hell?
Yeah, you got this. It's just like.
There's not a whole lot of damage I can do.
You can also just heal yourself so you don't die.
I am pretty good on health. Is
Did
Toby
see
still
it do
okay?
40.
I look a little beat up, but I'm fine.
Okay. I could just Sacred Flame it.
Why
But
not?
one of the spikes did go through my leg.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a little cure wounds there. Wait, can I reach you by touch? Yes.
Yes. You're diagonally, you can.
Cool.
So
By-
11.
For 11 health, plus everyone gets 5.
I'm at full health now. Let's go.
Ooh. Cool. And then
Okay.
yeah, that's his turn. Think
Alright. Well, in that case, we go to
Yeah.
Remy. Still
Alright,
feeling the fear inside of you.
Yeah, so Raimi, bonus action, returns the good boy to his hand.
Okay.
And
It comes back.
actually, I'm probably just going to do the same thing that I did last round. Hold action and wait for an attack from the creature.
Okay.
Which technically ends your turn, so you're no longer feared.
Yeah.
I mean, like above game, it wasn't going to matter because since I've marked this creature, I can't get disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yeah.
That's
Alright. Then the beast's turn. The beast is going to move slightly to the side. So...
I assume not provoking attacks of opportunity.
No, it doesn't leave your side, but it does give Tobiyashi the chance to make an attack of opportunity.
Yo, let's go. So is this like an attack action? Like, can I make a bonus action?
It's a reaction.
So a reaction, okay. Alright, I guess. Alright, I'll take another hit with my my ball mace friend while he's enraged. Fear the power.
Alright.
yeah.
Swing.
Yeah. 22 to hit.
22 to hit is enough. You see it leave your range. You take your ball and you try to hit it. And as the ball is going down, you hear, "Yes. That's exactly what you need to do, little prey." You hit and it bursts into shadows. It's a reaction.
Alright.
It reacted to your attack. But since it's his turn,
My reaction.
it reacted to your reaction. Someone can dispel a dispel, so it's reaction on reaction. And since it's still his turn, he reforms right behind everyone, and you hear him say, "Let's have this annoying thing end right now."
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Can I make a bonus action reaction?
Jorg!
Who's he attacking?
He's attacking Jorg.
Yay! Alright.
Let's go.
Audience could use a Divine Smite if he hits this, because technically it just used its reaction.
Yeah.
Audience is gonna use his thing to hit it.
Go ahead.
Try.
I need to get the crusher for you.
Yes,
And-
that's a 25. It hits. Alright, George is using this opportunity. Audience is gonna use a level 2 spell slot. Divine Smite.
And
And
Raimi
hit
is
it.
going to stab it with a 23 to hit.
That's enough.
Or
And I'm gonna duck while this is happening because I thought he was gonna attack me.
it's 28. Audience is gonna hit it for 28 damage, 14 of it is radiant.
And Raimi hits it for 18 piercing.
Okay.
Would it said, let's end this right now, that meant...
He got plopped in the face by a big hammer.
Alright. So, Jorg, as it said this, and you see all of your friends throw their attack on him, you see the light hit the creature. You see Remy hit the creature, just as you see the creature's mouth going right for you. And I'm so very sorry, but I assume that a natural 20 hits.
Yeah.
It bites inside of you. You feel this pain so strong that your eyes just blurs out. You have just taken 70 points of piercing damage.
Jesus.
It just bites into you, lifts his head, looks at you, and bites again.
Not gonna be
You
able to eat
see-
for a while.
I'm so very sorry, but it rolled a second natural 20. It looks at everyone else as it's doing this, and it stares at you, audience, specifically. And you hear as it bites off into Jorg's neck.
Good thing we got that orb to revive someone.
Jorg,
Because Jorg is dead.
you're dead. All
Rip.
of you, not only have you been taken to 0 hit points, but all of this damage destroyed all of your saving throws.
Nice. Damn.
Oh, Jorg's head just is not on his body. We just see a headless Jorg. just
You
fall
heard
to
a
the
large
ground.
crack.
Yeah, at least my head's still attached. That'll be easier to fix.
God damn. Ooh. Does this wolf look injured at all?
It looks like
Somebody
it's
save
having.
us.
It looks like it did that. The way that it stares back at you, audience, you get the feeling that it was done as much as a desire to hurt you in return, but also as desperation.
Okay.
It killed one of yours so that you would retreat.
Well, we can't really retreat. We actually have to kill it even more now so we can use the orb on Jorg. This plan did not work. But we did just lose our healer. It's
like,
gonna
yo,
make
what the
things
fuck?
worse.
Audience, it's your turn.
Yeah, audience is gonna give a cry of rage and attack it.
Wait, don't we have to stay back to back? What are you doing?
It's still next to me.
It literally didn't move anywhere.
It's right in front of me.
Just switch sides.
Audience is gonna hit it for a 21.
It
And
hits.
he's not thinking that rationally, so he's gonna use another Divine Smite
At 17th level.
at 20th level.
At 20th level.
There's no even 20th level spell
Like-
slot.
The joke's on them. A spell slot can only give them as much as 5d8 extra radiant damage,
Alright, he's
no
gonna
matter what
do
level they cast it at.
14. That's not a lot. 15 from that, and then 3d8. $15 plus 11 is 15. 20, 15, 25, 36, 37. gonna do 37, with 12 of that being radiant damage.
Okay. You let out a scream. The energy goes inside your mace, and you let it down on the creature.
Great sword.
Great sword, sorry. And you let it down on the creature. You see the energy go into him, and you see it spread a little. You see his form just has a moment of. And you hear it go. Fool! They didn't only underfed the spell, they didn't finish it. I guess we'll get to finish this another day. It bursts into shadow. But the shadow doesn't spread to the entire room. You see the shadow just disappear from inside the door.
Do we run after it? Audience?
I don't think. Audience is gonna drop it. Be like, quick, Remy, the orb. Audience cares more about reviving his friend.
So, Remy is going to pull out the little orb, and he is going to, like, I guess since he doesn't really know this spell or like the necessary mechanics, he is just going to he's just going to crush the orb directly where the neck wound is, hoping that's the place he's supposed to put it.
I look up through the broken window to see if there is still light flashing.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Mm-hmm. That's a 13.
Okay. So, as everything goes back quiet and you see Remy arriving next to Jorg, Tobiyashi looking up the window, you don't see anything outside. You don't even see gargoyles anymore. And Remy crushes the orb, and when you open your hand, you see the energy just appears, gathers, and release right into Jorg. And Jorg, you have this moment of... as the last thing you heard was a large crack as this beast chomped down on your neck. You're not in good shape. You're still bleeding profusely. It feels like it feels like a dragon just sat on your head.
Audience is going to use his lay on hands. At least 20 points of it.
Jeez. Thanks.
You feel the radiant energy of this god fill you.
You're going to be okay. The power of the dragons will heal you.
Oh man. I'm starting to think, what if you're right about the dragons? My god, did you protect me that well?
You just made audience's night.
I'm listening to talk about it. I open up the book that we have of like the city, and I'm looking for the closest area to get onto the bridges. Like, you know, the top bridges? Yeah, like up top, you know how the bridges came up over to here, right? From building to building.
You mean on the outside of the huge sphere?
I think so, yeah.
You want to go on the roof of the geode?
No. Not on the roof of the geode. Because there was still, when we got inside the geode, there was still like connecting towers, so it'd be like bridge, and like the house.
Okay. Well, you'd have to get back into the city. Right now, you're in a temple that's right next to a large.
Yeah. I'm just looking for the nearest place, and I'm telling them as I'm reading the book, I'm like, all right, enough about this dragon nonsense. We need to start going before their whole army descends upon us.
Audience just puts down this, like, now dragon nonsense. Hold on here.
No, audience is like, Toby, although misguided, is right. We do need to get out of here. I don't know. I don't know where the god. I don't know where the god has disappeared to, or what else is with this temple. But it seems we have at least defeated it for now or disrupted their spell enough that it cannot fully form. We need now to figure a way to get out.
I agree. For lack of a better word, we're in the dragon's den. And
We all look at the camera. We're just like, what?
Remy ducks because he doesn't.
I mean,
Like,
I
there's a dragon in here
I
too?
didn't see another way out except the way we came. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's run.
yeah.
Alright, I guess we'll start running back the way we came, towards the temple doors.
All right, so you make your way back to the temple door, and the temple feels awfully empty. Even you, audience, do not have the same evil stink that seemed to be permeating the place. There seemed to be a sense of peace going back to it.
That's good.
As you make your way out, you go back
Can
to...
audience also throw open the two little side doors we didn't open as we run? It's his curious natures.
It's
He's just throwing them open.
It's... Yeah, sure, you can throw them open, no problem.
I already
It's-
explained what they
You
were,
might
but
be
I
able to-
guess.
He
So...
wants to give a casual glance aside in case there are any cultists hiding that we're like gonna cast a spell. Like, if there was like a sleeping high priest in there, he's gonna feel really awkward. So he's like, I want to make sure at least we're not leaving any like enemies behind. And that are gonna be a
Well,
problem.
just so how much of this temple do you want to cover? Because it's
I mean, not.
it's the
not
equivalent
that
of a
much.
dwarven monastery. It's quite large.
I mean, I assume we're running back towards the door, and there were the
Yeah.
two little doors in the hallway that we never
Yeah.
opened, and he's gonna toss them both open and glance in. And if it's like a long hallway, he's gonna say screw it and keep going.
One of them is a long hallway. The other one seems to have been a large dormitory.
And there's no one sleeping
No,
in the beds.
there's no one sleeping in the beds.
All right, he's gonna be like, good. We're not necessarily leaving any high priestesses behind.
Let's go.
All right.
No, Remy
Yeah.
is going to at least do the one check that might be important. It's like he's gonna see how the orb's looking.
The orb to the garden.
Yes.
All
Oh,
right. So
that's
you know that inside
I know about
mountains it has problems, but right now it's red.
Okay.
Did you try anything else with the orb?
It's, let's see. By this time, it would be.
Nearly night outside.
You know what? Rainy is going to actually see if he can contact the garden.
You take the orb as you're all walking toward the exit and try and contact the garden. The communication is a bit sketchy. However, you do hear the comforting. You have no idea that her voice could be discomforting. Voice of Syrah. There's no moment where you can't hear her, but it's sort of trying to speak with someone when the conversation becomes a little choppy. So you can understand everything she's saying, but you have to concentrate a little bit. But you hear her say, "Yes, this is Syrah."
So Rainy points emphatically at the orb, noting a noticeable difference between how things have been versus now.
Oh, thank goodness! The communication is open. We tried to reach you a little earlier, but nothing went through.
Audience will lean over and be like, well, we've accomplished something. We disrupted the ritual that was going on in the temple. Basically, he'll quickly explain what happened with the god forming into the giant wolf, but it didn't seem like the ritual was complete. He said and mentioned what the wolf said, how the spell hadn't ended or been fed enough, and he said how they kind of seemed to defeat the avatar for that moment, but not the god
ran basically away. Like, it left. After killing Jorg, we were able to luckily revive.
Oh, well, that sounds like quite an adventure. We'll be happy to debrief you as soon as you get in. We're very interested in learning more of everything you've lived through. Tobiashi, this is the first time you see this. This is a small orb that looks like a crystal ball, the size of an apple, like those that you crushed earlier. But there is this image of a... Looks like... It has the voice of a woman, but the face looks like someone wearing the helm of a knight.
Okay. I kind of like look at it and I go, dink, dink, dink. I'm like, what the hell is this thing?
I see you've picked up a new passenger.
Yes, Tobiashi. I believe I mentioned him in my initial report.
Tobiashi!
Later.
He's still alive.
Yes. He actually has some information on an island where they seem to be holding, or had held, prisoners. I don't know if they still are.
That's very interesting. We're very interested in hearing all of this. And seeing as you're still alive, I believe you still have a place here.
Come on, we still got to keep going.
The audience of us, yes, we have defeated, as we said, we have defeated the god, but we do not know where the remainder of the hunter's army is. How far? You mentioned that we were going to assault, or we were on our way. How far out are our allies at the moment?
Well, actually, that's what I tried to reach you about a few hours earlier. Unfortunately, nothing seemed to be able to get through. But the other group inside the mountain that's been trying to reach you, it's still going to take them a day and a half to reach you. However, a smaller group was able to gather outside, and they should be arriving at the end of the next day.
End of next day, okay. And do we know, I guess we don't know where the rest of the army is. Alright, we'll try and make it...
So if everything goes well, as you exit this place, you should be meeting with this other group. I believe you know who I'm talking about when I'm talking about the Harkane.
Give me a quick reminder, 'cause I don't...
He's one of the Dragonborn.
Yes. The fight, was he the... No. Was he the silent one, the fighter, or the other guy? I don't remember.
The other guy.
The other
There's like
guy.
one other magical dude. I think there was like a magical dragonborn too. Like a wizard looking
Something that felt like a mix between monk and sorcerer.
Yeah.
They'll be there when you get out. So there'll be him. And he'll be accompanied by Temptress. As well as Amiali and Kor.
Oh, good. I needed to talk to Temptress anyway, because I've never talked to her about my request from a year ago. Like a year and a half. Whatever. Cool. And Amiali, always a pleasure. And Kor is cool, too.
You get
Cool, too, I guess.
you immediately see everyone else in the party when the audience says Core going, oh.
Kor's like, and Kor's cool guy. Swell dude. Yeah. Alright.
I'm like,
We'll
who
talk
is
to
even
you.
that?
We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully.
Very well.
When we
Well,
get
stay
out.
safe and
Alright.
see you soon.
Alright. I was gonna turn to this party and be like,
And we start booking it.
well, no, I was actually going to turn to them and be like, okay, because we're almost out, right? He's going to be like, all right, we need to slow down. We need to not, like, we've dealt with the major threats inside the temple. We don't know what's outside. Let's slow it down. Let's be a little bit more cautious. Let's try and, like, take a second to check out, like, it doesn't seem like the temple or anything's collapsing around us. I actually don't sense any evil presence or nearly as strong an evil presence in this temple anymore. Let's slow it down before we necessarily run headfirst into danger after such a hard fight.
Which is really weird because every book every adventure book that Raimi has ever read about people defeating great evils inside of a temple. Usually, the temple like crashes around them. So
What
this
do you
is
mean
a
the temple's not falling?
See, I know. I was like, I'm shocked. I assumed the temple would just be collapsing around us. We would jump out with explosions and sunglasses. But...
yeah. This is just literally a surprise for Raimi. All things considered, just like because he only knows what he.
You
what
mean
he's
life is not
experienced.
like what they say in books? Wow.
All
Right. So
audience is gonna. I guess we get to the door, and then audience is gonna kind of
Anyone have a
peek
way to
out.
lock it?
We're gonna open the door a little bit, peek out, see what it looks like outside. See what the gargoyles are looking like. Anything.
you peek out. You sort of just slightly open the door and look up, and you don't hear anything initially, and then you hear this. Well, at least you survived. That's always a good thing. You peek a little bit more out, and you see Nafa, who's there. She's holding the broken wing of a gargoyle in one hand, but she's clasping her side with the other hand. You notice that she's injured.
Well,
I can
good
heal
thing
her.
I got another 5 points of lay on hands.
I'll discreetly use cure wounds, so it looks like he's using it.
Audience.
You're gonna
audience, be
discreetly?
very,
How does
audience, be very
discreetly? How are
careful
you
about where you
discreetly
put that
using
hand.
cure wounds?
He's
You have
wingmanning
to touch her to
you.
do it, George. Are you
Oh,
He's
good
discreetly
point.
touching
wingmanning
her?
Yeah,
No, no, he's
discreetly
touching- He's touching your back
No.
and then you're touching her, so it's double connect.
Uh-huh.
The double connection.
She only gets 11 out of me.
I will use 5 of my lay on hands. I'll be like,
That was a level
good to
3.
see you alive. It seems as though we've disrupted the ritual, and I will again basically break down what happened inside the temple for her, and also mention how it was very lucky she gave us the orb, as Jorg did in fact leave the world of the living for a little while.
I still can't believe I died.
Jorg, you officially went backwards on the circle of life.
Well, no, it's like a verivify. So, from the point of view of a druid, as the flame of your life was about to be snuffed out, someone just blew on the embers and got the fire started again. That's more how a druid sees this, sees revivify.
Nope, you were dead, Jorg.
The fire was out. There was only embers left. So on
No,
that,
but there were still embers. I'm
Yeah.
still me, right?
Are you?
now that's a philosophical question. Oh,
Wait, hold on. The easiest way to figure this out, we have to try and poison him. If he can't be poisoned, then we can be worried.
Oh.
drink that poison. Come on.
All right. I guess I'll turn to Nath and be like, have you seen any of the other cultists outside, or does it seem like they've scattered?
Actually, it looks pretty quiet. I believe the gargoyle were left behind to protect the temple. I hope I did a good enough job so that they didn't interrupt your endeavors inside the temple.
You did an excellent job.
I wasn't sure. This is why I use these gloves. Best way to be seen is to become a light.
Let's see. Actually, while you're here, I'm going to turn to the rest of the party. I'm going to be like, since it seems like the cultists aren't around, do you think it would be better to try and perhaps rest up in the temple, perhaps find a safe place as we're all, or do you want to try and, as it seems that all cultist activity has been halted, or do you want to try and make it to the surface? Because if we wait in here for a few hours, it sounds like the other party of very high level adventurers was arriving, so we know we'd have an easier escape route if we can hold up in the temple.
Well, I do believe that there's no more pressing problem nearby. The temple does look like a pretty secure area, but I'd like to remind you that we left a monastery with only one creature defending it. If there's no one here, they might be outside. But you do look slightly beat up, and I do believe that it's nearly night outside. So maybe a rest should be in order before going to the monastery.
Yeah, and I want to try something. So is there is there a staircase? So you said the temple reaches all the way up, right?
Not the temple. There is a tower connected to the keep right beside the temple that connects all the way up.
All right, Jorg, you're gonna come with me. We're gonna go figure something out.
All right.
We're just splitting up now. We've just thrown all caution to the wind.
We'll
What
be
are the
fine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
We're gonna go light this place up a little bit.
Oh,
And,
we're gonna make ourselves a beacon.
Yes, totally. That's what we need. That's what we need.
So does Tobiashi say this out loud?
Oh yeah, I'm saying this.
Jorg, Tobiashi wants to go up all the way up and use
Turn on the crystals.
and turn on the crystals. I believe you.
Why can't everyone go?
I mean, if they want to.
You hear Naifa just say, "Well, if this is the plan, I believe your nature-inclined friend can drastically shorten the trip. Can't you?"
Can turn into a giant bird or something.
Or if you talk about spider climb, I don't know.
Oh, spider.
I was referring to the druid's ability to turn into birds.
Oh, you overestimate my druidic
Oh,
skills.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, someday.
Someday. Just the very sad.
Well, I mean, we could leave her and audience alone. Remy, you could come with us if you want to.
Oh,
Remy's not leaving us two alone.
Audience, in this moment of merriment and slightly awkwardness from different party member, you do notice that Naifa is placing her arm, just the side of her elbow on your shoulder, sort of resting on you like this.
Is she still injured, or is she just resting?
Yeah, she's resting. She's using you as a wall.
I feel like she'd be much more using my cat as a wall since I was still my cat.
Well, you mean you didn't go down to heal her?
Oh, no, I guess I did go down. That's fair. I forgot about that. Alright. I'll be like, well, there was still a lot of the monastery that we didn't, or the dwarven temple that we didn't check out, and I do love dwarven culture. I guess if they're going to go do that, I wouldn't mind exploring the rest of if we're going to be hanging out here before we go to bed, exploring a little bit more in depth into the temple itself now that it seems to be cleared of most evil. But
You see her look up once and go, well, if this is how you want to spend your time, far be it from me. I do believe you've used both resources I gave you, so, I mean, you are well rested, short from 1 or 2 fights, so you can always do this and we can still walk quite a while before it's too late, unless you want to just go sightseeing and forget about the temple that you've left a giant tree protecting it.
I mean...
They'll be fine.
I was more thinking just, like, do a quick search for the few hours before bed, since there was only really one hallway we hadn't really gone down of the temple. At least initially. I don't know how big it is.
All right, well, it's your time, really.
It's my time!
Audience, read this for me really quick. This should tell us how to turn on the crystals, actually.
Okay.
And I'll show him the book and like where it told us about the crystals and everything. See if he finds anything on how to turn it on.
Audience is gonna do that. Well, he also talks to Knight, but he's gonna be like, it's also in case, since this was the central area for one of their main rituals, I'm hoping that perhaps one of the cultists were careless, and also potentially, since we still don't have a lot of information on this ritual or how it was completed, I'm hoping they perhaps left something behind that can enlighten the rest of the garden and perhaps give us an easier time figuring out perhaps where this god went so we can defeat him once and for all.
Well, all right, sure.
And lights are pretty.
Back audience like, it's for a good cause. I just don't want to see the dwarven temple just because I think it's cool.
Ah, very well, very well.
Please like me.
So,
Audience is simping hard.
What does audience read from the book?
What do I read?
That a spell very similar to a daylight spell must be used on the upper part of this geode.
I don't have daylight prepared.
Daylight. Sheesh. How long will it take you to prepare it? How long does it take to prepare spells?
8 hours.
It's after a long
hours.
rest.
The long rest. The long rest we'd have to take.
Ah, motherfucking
Yeah,
okay,
I've
we'll
never
do it on our we'll do it on our way out. We'll be fine.
Let's do it on our way out. We'll just light it up. Okay.
Yeah. So the people that are like left here, or whatever's happening, whatever we're gonna do, I don't know what our
I-
How
plan
many
is.
people
I
left here?
worry that the fact that we were interrupting the ritual means there are no more prisoners to rescue.
Well, not that. I just want to see the lights shine off of the crystals on the roof.
You just want to see the shinies before leaving.
Listen, at least Toby is honest.
Well, I'm
It's like a
maybe
once in a lifetime experience. Literally, this is a
Yeah.
dwarven city. Who else has seen one of these, huh?
we can
literally.
come back.
I haven't.
What if it's taken over again?
We fought a god. We can find our way back. We can see the
Fought.
crystals.
Is that going to be our statement from now on? They're like,
We
there's a
fought
quest
a
to fight.
god.
There's a quest to fight down, take down 2 dragons. But we fought a god.
Well,
2 dragons.
Audience, you're pretty confident because of your connection to religious thing that you were right. This was not a god. This was an avatar of a god.
Audience is going to
Basically.
kind of be like, all right, guys. Chill with the ego. We're not all powerful here.
Whoa! Audience says chill with the ego? Woo! that should send
hot,
chills down your spines.
Deep kettle.
All right. So after the rest, Jorg, we're gonna go up there. You better prepare that spell.
I don't know if are we gonna do a whole.
I mean, I
Long
think we were
rest?
planning to do. I don't know. I'm gonna go check out the Dwarven Temple. If Naifa wants to come with me, she should,
She will.
because that seems fun.
So
Let's go
that's
find a library or something.
And for a
Jorg.
good cause.
We
I
can
mean,
go
for a
find, like,
good
some
cause.
books.
It's not about fun. It's about a good cause.
yeah.
For
Fun.
the children.
Is there like a moat they could like boat down? You know what I mean?
All right. Anyway, audience is gonna go back. I guess we're gonna chill out in the temple for a little bit while we recover our resources before we head back to the monastery.
I'll take Jorg to look for a library.
Sounds good.
Well, there's again
I'll go
one
look for
hallway we haven't checked, so we're gonna go down it together.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
There might be a library down that hallway.
Well, there was a door
There
at the
might
end
be.
of the dormitory.
Oh,
Ooh.
what's there? All right, you guys go check the dormitory door. I guess we'll go check the hallway door.
And in the
All
morning,
right.
everyone goes into the lighthouse.
Let's go.
I need to
That
go to
sounds
bed.
good.
It's 2:30.
I know. I've been trying to finish this
Yeah.
episode, but you just keep
I'm
on.
trying to get it like we're gonna go. We're gonna do some things. All right, let's.
All right.
I have class at like 8 tomorrow.
All right, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
you
leave
better
you
go to-
thinking about what you're gonna be doing exactly until the next episode. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here up until the end. I know we're an hour over our time, but you know they fought an avatar, and audience is hoping he's gonna have a chance one day with someone. So, it's all for good cause.
Listen, I'm about to meet Temptress and Amiali. I have to establish if there's something here
And I
before
had
I
a
go meet
dream.
my other girls.
I had a dream while almost dying of seeing shining light, so I have to see it.
Yeah,
And
Oh.
that's my dream.
George
that's
actually
it.
I understand.
did die though.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
tell you what happens when you die. So-
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, George, do you need therapy? Do we need to like? Are you all right? I don't know if I've checked in with you.
Yeah.
Do you need a hug?
He'll get a little therapy box from the garden before you leave.
All right.
Just has a
So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for waiting until the end of this episode. We missed Chaotic Calling. They didn't come. But hey.
Oh no, they did come.
Oh, really?
Picking on their Discord,
Okay.
they had to they canceled their D&D session tonight because two of their players had COVID.
Oh.
But their sister account, Re-Rises 1, is their gaming channel, which they did, and then they rated us in the middle of the session.
Nice. I don't know why you didn't write it on the chat. I should really log on with my iPad.
Well, for everyone, if you missed the session, people in Chaotic Calling, you can always come watch on Friday. Rebroadcast.
Yes, there is a rebroadcast on Friday, and it's going to be exactly the same. So you can always make fun of us twice in a week. But hey, thank you very much for watching, and just like Sam said, if you missed something, rebroadcast Friday at 7:30 if you're on the east, and I know it's not as good for if you're in the west, but 3 hours earlier, so I believe that's 4:30. So let's finish on this. Like I always finish with, as always, you can support the stream by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also support the stream by making a donation, becoming a Patreon, and also subscribing. We had a 4th subscriber during the week. Yay! And I promise, I'm currently building animation to put on there when someone follows and subscribes. So there's going to be that. Not
also, do yourself a favor and listen to the Black Eyed Peas. That's all. That's the message I have for you this week.
This stream is not
sponsored by
the Black Eyed Peas.
After hearing that, guys, it's been great. I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave the game due to personal differences between myself and other members of the party. It's been great.
It's actually going to be my last game, so like, I'm going to have to... I don't know.
Don't joke on that. We've lost so many players. I'm traumatized.
All right.
So, and of course, you can always just help us by spreading the word. So, till next week or next Friday, stay safe. Stay healthy, and see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.